And we are live. Hello, everybody. So, Amanda's not with us. She did show up, but this poor girl hasn't gotten hardly any sleep. And we told her, oh, girl, you need to get a couple hours of sleep before you do your late show. So, Allison took the big mama stance and said, go get some sleep. And so, um, we hope that Amanda, you get some rest, my dear, and we'll see you next Friday. Oh yeah, she can do the little heart thing. Can you make them? There you go.
There we go. That's for
And
Amanda.
for those who didn't see the thumbnail change, Peter and Carolyn can't be here tonight. One of their dogs, Trixie, had to be taken into the vet. I guess Trixie has something called a torn ACL, and that she's going to need surgery, and they need to watch over, and keep her at the vet. So, Carolyn, Peter, send their regards, and if we could all just send some healing energy and love and light, not just to Trixie, but to Peter and Carolyn as well, because us for parents, we know our babies, mean everything, and just send everybody all lots of healing light and love and energy, and that Trixie has a comfortable, successful surgery, and that she heals up nicely and in perfect love and perfect grace. So, um, anywho, so everybody, it's Friday. Oh my God, I can't believe how fast the week went. Let's say hi to some people. Nancy is here. Hello, my dear. And saying hello to everyone coming into chat. And she says, I look forward to this every Friday. Me too, Nancy. Me too. And Moonfox
Aw.
Shelby is here. Hi, Shelby. And Karen, Care Bear Bard of Cards. Hello, my dear. And a
Hey.
quick little plug, Karen is going to be with me tomorrow at 3 for our Hey, What's Your Sign? Because we're going into Libra season. And then she's going to join Miss Nancy and I on Sunday for our crafting hour, or hour and a
Oh,
half.
nice.
However, so yeah, all going to be playing around with our junk journals. And hello, Miss Tarot D. And Miss Tarot D made it on the bingo list too. And Miss Tarot D's like, bingo. I'll get to that, everybody. This is great. So hello, Ellen. Good to see you, my dear. Oh, did I miss Free Spirit? Yes, I did. Hello, Free Spirit. Good to see you.
Hi,
And
everybody.
there's Earl. How are you doing? Yeah, how are you doing, Earl? How you doing? And I think I'm all caught up. So um, usually we talk about how our week's been. I don't even want to go there. It's been a rough week. I'm just, happy it's Friday, and yes, a happy Maven, everybody. This weekend is Maven uh, Sunday, Monday, and actually on Monday, Nancy and I are going to be welcoming Amy from Mystic Rose Tarot. Oh, the Mystic Rose Tarot. First time she's ever been on my channel, and I'm so excited to have her. She's a lovely lady. And hello, Lindsay. Um, Lindsay, we're not sure if we're going to do readings. We usually like to chat first and hang out and talk and see what's going on with people. This is kind of like our end of the week kickback where we sometimes talk metaphysical stuff. We got cards, we bring everything with us.
We can
So
do a poll a little later.
yeah, we could.
I actually
I
would like to do some readings,
Me
so
too,
no
and I've got
worries,
my
but
hush
not
tarot with me.
immediately. Yeah,
Got
I
my
haven't thrown cards in too long, so
So we'll be tossing some cards. So what I wanted to share with everybody is that I think it was last Friday or one of my recent lives. Tom Early Ritual made a joke and go bingo, and I'm like, what the hell? Oh, wait a minute. Miss Tarot D says, can I make a special announcement? Go ahead. And as you're typing out, I'll go share with what Tom shared with me. So he did bingo one night. And I was like, what do you mean bingo? And so he sent me an email and he made me, it's kind of hard to see because it's white. And Tom, why did you put this on a white background? Well, you can't see it. So what he did was he kind of took like a bingo board. There's one column missing, but he squared off. He did a square, and he got your little free space in there. And oh, really quick, I'll be with Bobby next Saturday, the 28th at 7 p.m. It's a rear event. I know. Rear, rare. I'll take it you meant both. And I'm shaving my legs for it. And there we go, Miss Terrell.
My legs for
And
I don't really shave my legs very often either.
So that's awesome, Miss Terrell Day. So he made this little bingo board. And there's your little free space. And these are the squares. And as the show goes along, he plays at home. So first square. Allyson, ready? Allyson shows a rock and she can't remember what it is.
Tom's never going to let me live that down.
One below it. Teddy sighting. Amanda's Teddy. So Teddy sighting, not Teddy, but stuffed Teddy sighting. Underneath that, early ritual shows up late. Probably, all right, got that on my... Below that, drag racing outside Heather's window. Yep.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Next column, Depeche Mode is mentioned. Yes. Underneath that, concert talks. So we talk about concerts. Below that, 80s music is mentioned. Underneath that, Heather starts to sing. Next column, showing off AI decks. Below it, a guest starts to sing. Under that, free space. Under that, Cleopatra's cat. We talk about, and Miss Tarot D, you are next. Top box. Miss Tarot D makes an inappropriate joke.
Right.
So haven't been able to make that one yet. So we'll see. Depeche Mode is mentioned a second time. Underneath that, a Ouija board discussion.
Oh my God. That's
underneath that, last square, everybody, TV show nostalgia break. So I've already got one of them marked already. Early ritual shows up late. Hi, Nalani. So
is Tom always late?
He never used to be.
I mean, meaning he doesn't show like when it starts. I mean, I don't think it really matters when you get here, but I have heard people saying, he
does come in late. It's more like later ritual instead of early ritual.
Yeah.
So Nalani is here. Hello, my dear. Okay, so anything you want to share about your week, Allyson? You were going to get a tattoo last weekend. You're telling everybody.
Yes, that is true. And I did. That's not what I was going to share, though.
I haven't seen it, y'all. So even this girl's still waiting.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't even know how I'm going to show it. How am I going to show it? It's on my foot.
Oh, well, it's on her foot. So there. So she's got a beautiful, it's up to you, but I'm not trying to put you in a position.
No, I don't care. I'm just trying to think. It's like, how am I possibly going to?
Yeah, Shelby.
Let me think about that. I will show it. It's fine. It's pretty much, I got it Saturday, like 5:00 my time, PM. So it'll be 7 days old tomorrow. It's healed. It's done. It's completely 100. Actually, I'm going to share something with you guys, and then I'll figure. Maybe if I just throw my leg up here, I just don't think you're going to be able to see it very well. I'll try to get it as close as I can without goofing with my precarious. I do have a tripod now, you guys. I just got a tripod finally because I could not ever remember to just friggin' do it, and I did. I got it, and actually it has a ring light, but the ring light's charging, so there's no ring light happening right now because it's charged. It's got to charge for 3 hours or something. I literally just got it. But anyways, this was not funny, but now it'll be funny. Okay, so A lot of you know my son, if Allyson shows her foot, she will get 50 new foot. Oh,
Foot
God.
fetish.
You know, that's right. There's all these weird people.
There we go. We have the
You're right,
comment.
Miss Tarot D. I'll think about it. Maybe I shouldn't show it. So anyhow, get this, you guys. I know you don't know my child, but so I wake up this morning. I get up early for work. My alarm goes off at 5. And I often wake up about 4:50, which probably sounds really crazy, but it's because my dog, Scout, knows what time it is. And he will, he will, not every day, but often, he'll come over to the door and he starts doing that. I mean, these are literally the noises he'll be making.
Yes, Miss Tarot D, we love Scout.
So yeah, and I'll show him if you want. I'll go get him at the end. But anyways, I wake up and I look at my phone. It's the first thing that I do. I always, if I always check my son's location when I wake up. It's the first thing I do. I have to. He's out of state. So, or I feel better if I do. Anyways, he had texted me, and usually we exchange goodnight texts before I go to bed, and often that's the only time I even communicate with him. Not often, but you know, probably half of the days of the week. It's not like I'm constantly in communication with my son. Anyways, and he always texts me back, good night, whatever. And last night he did. But anyways, I still just check where he is in the morning. And I have a text from him, and it says, actually, there's a picture, like screenshot, and I'll tell you about the screenshot in a second. And then there's 2 texts behind it. So there's a screenshot, and then the first text says, what does it say? Oh, capital letters, UHHH, capital letters. And then it says, I know it's late, but I had to share this with you. Okay. He sent this at like 3 a.m. my time, 3:40 a.m. my time. The screenshot is a large, the first thing I see is the sign for female. Okay. So it's like a circle with a line, and it says, you are having a girl, right? And then up at the top, it shows a girl. So it's like a text log, but it's a screenshot. It's of a girl communicating with a nurse at a fertility, whatever, gynecological, whatever, confirming, the communication is, I can tell you what the sex is if you want to know. And then she says, yes. And then there's this pop-up, and it shows the female symbol and whatever. That's what the screenshot is. And then him saying, and then he goes, I know it's really late, but I had to share this with you. I'm like waking up. I'm like, wait, what? What? And then I open up, I expand it, and I'm looking at it. And you can see there's like a little emojicon for the nurse, right? And it's just like a brown hair. It's not real. It's an avatar for the nurse. And then like a little screenshot of some young girl with, you know, too much makeup, and her lips are all, you know, whatever. And he is dating this girl right now who's beautiful. But the picture was so little. It could have been anybody. Could have been anybody, right? So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what the hell? And there's no, I can't find like the page or the name or nothing, right? And I know this young lady's name. I'm like, what the? And so all morning, because I'm not going to call and wake him up, I responded to him, and I go, what is this? You know? And nothing. He's Arizona time. Nothing. I go do my first shift. I come back. Nothing. So I call him. And by that point, it's like 8 a.m. his time, 11 my time. He doesn't answer. Well, he doesn't have classes on Friday. he has a class on Friday, but it's online, so he can do it whenever he wants. He shows up for class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Friday, so I'm like, shit. Because he texted me like 3:45. I'm like, I don't know when he's going to get up. So I finally texted him. I called him. He didn't answer. I didn't say anything. And I was so cool and calm all morning. And I finally texted him. And I was like, I need you to call me before I go back to work. If you can't, fine. But I really want to talk to you. And I was like, what did I say? I said something else. I don't remember what it was. He calls me back like 30 minutes later. No, he texts me like 30 minutes later. He's like, what are you talking about? Or good morning, mom, something, whatever. And then he's like, what are you talking about? Because I said, don't panic. That's what I said. I said something about don't panic. I said, I got a lot of questions. Just don't panic just yet. Because I knew when he had this girl's first date and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, there's no way he could have gotten, because did you know they can determine sex at 5 weeks now? The sex of a pregnancy.
I believe it.
The sex, they can determine the sex of the pregnancy at 5 weeks, which is crazy. Anyways, he just started dating this girl because I went back on my phone because I knew when they had their first date. And anyways, he calls me. He's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, the picture that you sent me. I'm like, what is going on? Da da da. He's because he literally had just woke up. He's like, Mom, because that's what Wyatt always says. Mm-hmm. Mom. He's like, no. He's like, that's Anna. Anna. He's like, yeah, Anna. And he's like, my cousin. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, can't you tell? I'm like, no. Why do you think I've been going through and researching everything? Like I had answers for everything at this, like all morning. I won't even tell you the stuff that I researched and figured out and found out and everything else. Right. Anyways, when you look at it, and I went back and looked at it, it did say her name, but it's white on white, the background. Oh. You couldn't even see it. And it wasn't until he's like, Mom, look up here, top left corner, zoom in, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, great. Yeah. Anyways, we both had a good laugh about it because then he was like, oh my God, right. Because like I said, you said blah, blah, blah. And I can't see the white writing. And the picture of the girl is teeny tiny. He's like, that's not so-and-so, because I won't say her name. He goes, that's Anna. He said, look at it. And I'm like, and I still couldn't even really tell it was her. But once I did know who it was, I'm like, yeah, okay, with a ton of makeup, maybe. Yeah. Anyways, that was my morning.
Talks context.
I was just like, every possible scenario. My son is 3.5 years into college.
Wow.
My ex-husband has paid for every dime, including my son's the mortgage on the house that he lives in, right? And like everything else, and he's got his whole life ahead of him. He just made the dean's list.
Congratulations, Wyatt.
And I'm just like, oh my God, I am so ecstatic, in such a good mood that I'm not going to be a grandma.
And Miss Teradisa, that's why I have dogs and not kids.
Oh my God. But you guys, I was so proud of myself because admittedly I can anxiety and fly off if it's my kid. I really held it down. I was just waiting. I'm like, well, he's going to have I had every scenario and answer for it. This is how we're going to this and and you're just going to have to make her this and talk to her about this and how and you need to know how long and like everything. It was hilarious. But I was really, really shocked when I went back and saw how early, because the first time when I first saw it, and then I'll shut up about this nonsense. When I first saw
funny,
it,
everyone's like, enjoying it.
There's no way that this girl that he just started seeing could have a pregnancy that's old enough that you could even tell the sex. I was wrong. 5 weeks.
With Allyson. No.
5 weeks. 5 weeks. Isn't it crazy? Never a dull moment. That is so not true. My life is so boring, and that's how I like it. This was the most exciting, in a bad way, thing that had happened. And I don't know how long, but boy, did it give me a perspective of how good everything is. I'm so happy. And I love my son to death. He is my world. And I was so relieved. But I'm thinking, because as long as everything's okay with my kid, I can deal with anything else. I can deal with everything else. But anyways, so that was pretty wild morning. But needless to say, I'm not going to be a grandma. And the other funny thing that I'll say really quick, because I had a really good reading. I kept saying to myself, I actually have a couple really good readings and 2 completely separate, that I was going to have grandsons by Wyatt later. And I was like, and this showed that it was going to be a girl, this pregnancy thing. And I was kept, and it sounds hilarious now, but I kept thinking, I'm like, he's not having a girl. And he's not having one now. Although they might have fun with
you now on the other side. They'll be like, she thinks he's having
I kept thinking, well, the funny thing is, when I thought maybe possibly, and I did throw cards on it, I was getting an emphatic no. And I never throw cards on me or my kid ever. I was throwing cards this morning. And I was trying to be as grounded as I could, just a few. And, but anyways, that was my excitement. And, yeah, that was my excitement. And my son is not going to be a father, for many years. And I'm not going to be a grandma, and I'm too damn young to be a grandma. Oh my God. That's why we'll see women my age that are grandmothers. And I'm just like, good Lord, no judgment. Not really. I mean, obviously there's some, whatever that means, but I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just like, I am too young to be a grandma. Oh my God, that's so crazy. I didn't have my son till I was 32.
That's how old my mom was when she had me.
And I think it's fine if people do it younger, but like for my son's 22. I mean, for him to have a kid, he'd be 23 by the time it was born. Like, if this actually had happened, oh my God. I just was like, oh my God, he's not gonna, because you know what that would do to his life? Oh, it was a good time to remind him and have a quick little chat about that. It's like, yeah, you need to make sure that you don't end up doing that to yourself. I know, Mom, I know.
And this is so funny, Miss Tarot D. Oh, that's nice. Do we like your ex, Allyson, or not? Let me know before I bash him. I'm like, no, he's not good.
Referring to what? What did I say about my ex?
Your ex, when you're talking about how Wyatt's dad, pays for his college and everything.
Oh, my ex-husband is lovely.
Very good. Mm-hmm.
He is absolutely lovely. Yeah, he's got some stuff like we all do, but I love him. He's great. It just didn't work out. He's been a fabulous father. He's a good guy. Yeah. We had a good marriage for many years until it wasn't, but that happened.
And Shelby said, he could get a dog or a cat. You could be a fur babies. He could be a fur.
He's going to have kids. He actually yeah. If the world improves, and that's another thing that we talked about in detail.
I don't like this.
But he wants, he doesn't even want, when the time comes, he's 22 now, but no, he wants boys.
Because we're totally team Allyson here.
Thank you. Yeah.
All righty. Well, we got that. We just had one of our few trolls that we've had in a long time. So. Bye.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I jumped on him like flies. It's in my language, people, but I jumped on him like flies on shit. So, anywho, I haven't had as much of an exciting week as Allyson has.
That was my morning. Oh my God. But thank God it got all washed away.
Everybody was loving the story. Everyone.
It was just, well, and then the funny thing is, so the cousin is actually, and it's not funny, but I'm not laughing that it's funny. The cousin is actually my cousin's second youngest child. Mm-hmm. Who, if my son is 22, she's 20, and she's apparently having a baby.
Oh my God, Shelby! I work at a baby's clothing store, and there's a little onesies that said "Daddy's Girl." And I want to get that for my cat because my dad treats the cat better than me. Oh, Shelby.
That's cute.
And really quick, Miss Taro, do you wanted to share? Sent me a picture she wanted me to share. This is her Sonny. And he says, look who's in love with me. So look at that face.
I can see
Aww.
his face. What is he? Is he laying on the floor?
I think it's there. It's a couch and they got cup holders.
Oh, cup holders. Okay.
But that's
yes,
Sonny.
very
Everybody.
cute.
He's a little Chihuahua mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Because when you mentioned Scout, he sent that to share with everybody. And Fatima says, my sons, one turned 40, the other 33. They don't want to bring kids in this world because of the way it is now.
Yep, same.
I can't understand
he says
either.
the same thing. Yep.
I was saying that today with Shan coming out of Walmart. I just can't stand what I'm. It's just like no.
Well, when you're at Walmart.
Well, I mean not just Walmart, but
Walmart's
in
a
general,
walking freak show.
Well, everywhere in this area, I just keep seeing everything. And
yeah, you got to go to Target. Just forget about Walmart. Just go to Target. I only go to Target. I don't go to.
And Michelle,
Target.
Michelle Marie and her husband Jonathan were on last night at the Boomer Mill, and they do pre-recorded videos, and we were having a discussion in chat, and they're talking about all the stuff that's going on that's horrible in Seattle. I won't mention it, but it's just like
that's a good time for me to go get something. I'll be right back.
Well, I'm not going to bring up.
It's okay. I'll be right back. No, you continue with whatever I probably don't want to hear. I don't want to hear anything bad. I'll be 2 seconds. I do have to grab something. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to go because there is a trigger warning, but it's just with the crime, the police, I guess what they're doing in Seattle, is just, it sounds like the police aren't being properly funded. I mean, it's just, it's just when Allyson says her wife doesn't, want to have kids right now. And, Fatima, what your sons say, yeah, it's bad. I mean, where we're going, we're keeping our fingers crossed that the stuff doesn't trickle down to where we're going in Oregon, because it seems like a lot of major cities, especially since COVID, people are noticing that it's just the police force, everything, whether it's they're being too much defunded from, or what, but it's just like a lot of cities are becoming a free-for-all for people.
Portland's a mess. Portland's a mess.
Yeah, Michelle and
Jonathan
are up in Seattle, but we're not going to Portland, so we're hoping that, where we're going, it doesn't trickle down in there. And Marby, how are you doing? It's been a while. And so she's, that's right, Shelby. I think one of you told us one day that you were in the outskirts or suburbs of one of the Washington state towns. And it's kind of scary. I wouldn't want to bring people into, there are shootings every day in broad daylight now. And Fatima's in Toronto. And Toronto used to be one of the safest cities when I was in my 20s. It was the one of the cleanest too. I mean, it was just so different than, being here. So a lot of people are stressing, and this is kind of like when we just had that full moon too this week. So it's time to now we're going into the new moon, the waning energies kind of start, and we're going into fall. We're getting fall-like temperatures here. The colors are changing. So it's nice to start getting grounded, go out and enjoy nature even more. We were at the park today. I sent Allyson some pictures of mushrooms and leaves. I don't care who sees me when I'm at the park. I took my shoes off. I walk around, and there was this one little section of grass that felt like a carpet. And it was so good under my feet. And I'm standing there, and I'm going, pitter-patter with my feet on the grass, like cats do when they get into a bed and they start kneading. I'm like, but oh, I love your T-shirt. That's so cute. I didn't realize it was a skull.
Thank you. Yeah. I've worn this before. It's just probably been a while.
Oh my goodness. So, well, I think I've caught up with chat. I really don't have anything to, well, I just, having fun with the junk journals. Every morning, Miss Nancy is showing me pictures. Look what I'm doing. And it's like I'm grabbing out all my journals now, going through all my pictures. Good Lord, I have way too many. Um, so, and Allison had actually recommended a book to me, and I really do like it. It's helpful. I have a long way to go on it.
It's only 100 pages.
No, I'm saying for me to be able to go through all the stuff I have.
Oh, I thought you meant to read the book. I'm like, you could read that in an afternoon.
Well, for me, it takes me a little longer to read stuff, and I get distracted because I've got stuff on. But it's called Clearing Your Clutter with Feng Shui by Karen Kingston. Last name is Kingston. It's a really good book, yeah. So
it's a fast read. It gets right to the point. I like how she writes. It's an old book at this point.
And I like the story.
So
1998.
It's really, really good. What?
1998. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
I think my copy's from old at
this point, which seems so weird, but I'm remembering when I read it. When I was married, we made the move from Florida to California for my husband's job. And my son was 6 months old. My son was born in 2002. So yeah, I guess that book was about 4 years old at that point. My sister recommended it to me, and I got it. And she actually, you know what, Lisa, my sister, she probably sent me that book. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't remember.
And this is so old, it's yellowing.
And I sat down and I just read it. And it's very good. And basically what it does is it kind of
this is a good book too.
She kind of categorizes how and why we accumulate stuff, and then she kind of gives you the frame of mind or tools to categorize stuff in order of importance, and then why we get attached to stuff, and this and that and whatever, and then stuff that you really need, stuff that really you just have just it. One of the things, I'll just say this because I'm going to butcher it. One of these things that I do remember, and I still use all of these concepts to this day. I don't really accumulate or hold on to much, but I'm a real living person, so I do get new things here and there, just not as much as most people do, which is fine, whatever. But one of the things that I remember that she talks about is how if you have something or a whole bunch of things, let's say you're doing something like Heather, like you're going to make a big move, fair, like in the somewhat near future, right? You go through all your stuff and you have stuff that you're like, yep, this can go. And then stuff that you're like, no. And then you have stuff you're not really sure about. She suggests taking all those things that you're not sure about, putting them in a box together, and then just setting the box away for a week or two or whatever. I don't remember what she said. And then you go back to the box without opening it, and you try to remember what's in there. And if you can't remember what's in there, well, you don't need that shit. Right? Totally makes sense. Right. And me, I'm very light switch with stuff. I don't get attached to stuff. I can let stuff go. I got no problem with it. I realize not everybody's like that. So she's very helpful for what I just described. But even me, because what happened with me, like I said, when I was married, we moved across the country. We went from Florida to California, and we packed up our whole house and had it shipped on a truck. They call it shipped, but it got on a truck. And took our vehicle, wheels off the ground, and took it all across the country for us. And so, but we didn't want to take everything. We had a 4-bedroom house at that time in Tarpon Springs, Florida. And so we whittled it down to a degree. I mean, we still moved to a pretty big place, and I agreed with my husband. It was like, we are not going to bring anything we're not going to need. Why are you going to take a bunch of crap that you don't need? And so I probably cut our household down. I'm not kidding, because I was ruthless. I'm going to say by a third.
To me, it's a lot of artwork. Yeah.
But again, I wasn't like I don't have like boxes and stuff hanging around and like tons of storage and all that kind of stuff, right? If I'm not using it, I don't have it. And so, but even still, you have stuff that you can get rid of. Anyways, the book is great. If anybody needs any help with clearing out or getting rid of stuff, it's a very short book. How many pages is that, Heather? Like 140 pages or something like that. It's not very long. And the book is tiny. The book is really little. So even though it's 140 pages, the font is big.
I'm taking
and
my
the book
time,
is
but
small. So it's probably in truth about 80 pages. Like if it was a real book.
170. No, wait, there's resources, but with resources, 173.
Yeah, it's probably
taking
only
my
about
time
half of
reading
that
it
if it was a real book. Yeah.
I get a little overwhelmed because I know, like, but yeah, I'm working on it. We're getting there. And you got pictures, memories, and yeah.
Let it go.
Oh.
Let it
Hey,
go.
I got a picture of me standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona.
Great.
And it was such a fine sight.
You can scan all that stuff, right? You could scan all of it and get rid of all the pictures. That's what I did.
Yeah, but then what happens if I lose or something goes wrong with my iPhone or my iPad and I lose all those images?
That's fair. It's not going to happen. You just download it all. You don't have to, honey. I'm just saying you can scan all of that and get rid of the pictures. You don't heavy and big. I know, because I had a massive box full of pictures. I don't have that anymore.
So on Canva, I've been trying to play more with them. So you can do a lot with
but like even like in my kitchen, I had glasses and plates and bowls and all this.
Yeah, we're getting rid of all that. We're not.
It's I got rid of all of that. I whittled everything down. I got rid of so much stuff.
For me, it's my my artwork. I have so much of it.
And but a lot of us have certain things. Like me, like I didn't realize, and I got no, like I've said before, my ego, I got no problem admitting when I'm wrong or I missed something or whatever. I have a thing I now realize, and I can let them go though, but I easily will acquire more, but I can let them go. I have a thing about bags. I really like bags. And I really like blankets and towels and throws and I also like
good boy.
paper and cards.
This way, we wish we all live nearby each other. We could all have our little craft.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like donating, get rid of stuff. It's like I don't like doing it, but I'll do it. But if somebody comes over that I like, and they would like that blanket or that, here, take it. It's so weird. I have no problem doing that. Oh, you like all this stationery? Here you go. I just give it to them. It's like, so it's kind of funny. It's like I can
stay right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay right there. Sorry. Try to get him to just settle down right there so he doesn't. You got to say hi. So, let's see. Care Bear Bar Cards is one of the original Mean Girls when it comes. When she comes in the room, we have to throw salt at her. What? What the hell are you guys talking about in there? Oh boy. But yeah, for me, I have to have old photos or remember if it's flammable, I burn it as a way that when I let go. Oh wow, so she burns stuff. So to let go of things. Spiritual cloud storage. There you go. Yeah, but
something I realized. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, sweetie.
Something I realized about my pictures, and I'm just talking about mine, and I need to go through it again. Don't get me wrong, I still have photos. I do, but I had a bunch, like a whole bunch. And I went through them. I had pictures. And any of you that are kind of in our age group or older know what I'm talking about.
Our vintage.
You go get pictures developed back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything that was on the roll got developed. Right. And so I guess I just always kept everything, which seems weird, but I must have. When I went through my pictures, I had the pictures that were messed up, right? Because there were always some of those. And then I had pictures of like people's cats, people's dogs. I don't even know who these dogs are. Look, going through my pictures, it's like, whose cat is this? Or there'd be a picture of something and then it's taken way far away. So there's all this background, but it's of like, a car or whatever. I'm like, I had so many pictures
That was my Piper when we first got
so
her.
cute. Beautiful. So, I mean, like, there was a lot of that I had to get rid of. And nature pictures and deer and just all, and it's like, and it's really cool, but it's like, why do I need pictures of somebody's dog? I don't even know whose dog that was. And it was, I don't.
Do you still have your graduation picture?
What's that?
Do you still have your graduation picture from when you graduated from high school?
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still got mine.
I have one.
When I was in musical.
Yep.
Sorry, we got a ton of pictures.
No,
I'm sorry,
fine.
I'm getting distracted. I love my pictures. I love sharing my
and I like pictures too. And I get it having them physically, but they take up a lot of space. And when you accumulate them, they're heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And I would much rather have that space for something else. That's me.
Yeah. And Miss Carol G says, Allyson, I just store the pictures on external drive.
Yeah, girl, that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't need to. But again, it's up to. I get it.
You don't know that dog.
And everybody's different. And for me, it's just like I don't.
Oh, now and Miss Carol D says, I'm the family historian, and now I'm passing that down to my niece.
Right. Yep, that's cool. Now, don't get me wrong. I got
tarot decks.
So I have not a bunch. I probably have 20 to 30 old original family photos, like way back, like people that were dead long years before I was even born. That I would never get rid of. I have some studio pictures that were taken of my mom when she was like 4, and she's in a little dress and she's freaking adorable. Like that, I would never get rid of. No. But like anything from my time forward, no, I can put all that stuff on. I mean, I'll ask my son if there's anything he wants, that kind of thing, before I go through it again. So like pictures from my wedding, pictures from when my husband and I were dating, that kind of stuff. I have actually a memorabilia thing that was built at that time. I kept that for my son. He's the only person on this planet that would want it anyway. Like that I kept. And like just a few other things. Everything else is like, no. I kept my son's baby pictures, all the paper pictures from him. But I could fit all of it in a shoebox.
And Shelby asked, did you ever do one of those DNA tests, or do you know where your family came from?
Yes.
I have one of those done.
Yes, I have a Ancestry account.
Oh wow! I have photos. I have a photo painted of my great uncles from World War II, Italian.
Wow!
Oh wow, Miss Tarot D, because Miss Tarot D is Sardinian, from Sardinia.
Great. So I have a couple pictures of my great
Me too, Karen.
3 times great grandfather, but it's actual photographs. They're obviously very, very old. How old's Miss Tarot D?
Older than dirt, I think.
I mean, what's she got? 5
Miss
years?
Tarot D. Miss Tarot D is about our age, maybe. I think Miss Tarot D, you're only a couple years older.
Give or take 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh so, no, I'm sorry. She says she's 21.
So I'm 54. So I'm betting 5 years older. 58. Okay. I've said 5 years older at the most.
Wow.
Okay.
I forgot that you were that age.
Okay. So, what was my point? Why was I even asking that? What was I about to say?
Oh, because I know Shelby was asking about the DNA, if you had ever done that. If you had known.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I'm wondering if what you're talking about, Ms. Tarot D, is and maybe you do mean a straight up painting, but I have had, I don't know if I have any anymore. I guess I probably do, but just not right here. Old photographs that then they would paint over them. Usually they were like in a convex glass, when they were framed artwork. But it would be like a portrait style photo of somebody, and then they would paint over it to accentuate, like they would essentially make a black and white photo color, by adding color to the cheeks and doing different
my
things,
daddy's.
color in the eyes and all
Yep.
that. I don't even know what
Allyson.
that's called, but yes.
I have one of that with my daddy on a
And
pony.
the name of
when he
that
was a little
escapes
boy.
me, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's a process. There's a name for that process, but I can't think what it is.
Oh, and they were twins. Oh, wow.
Very cool. You know what I have, Miss Terody? I have, I'm looking around like it's here.
I'd
It's
love to
not.
visit their show.
The frame is
Very
here.
cool.
So I have, what is this talking about my ex-husband all damn night? I never even think about him. So my ex-husband bought me a beautiful, it's hanging on the wall right here, a convex, highly ornate frame that had the original print inside of it, which was of some triplets, children that were probably about 2 years old. And it was what we were just discussing, what Ms. Terody was talking about. It was a portrait of these children that had been hand painted over. And the frame was gorgeous. And I saw it in an antique shop and I loved it and commented on it. And I got it for Christmas or my birthday or something. This was years ago. And I still have it. And I have the frame on the wall. I've removed the artwork and the convex glass because I did like an artsy decorating thing with it. But I kept the glass and all that. And that's one of the few things I have held on. I will be completely honest here, full disclosure. I collected, we had a Victorian that was built in 1865 when I was married, the last 5 years of our marriage, downtown San Rafael, California. That house had been relocated twice. It was an original historic house. Yep. I've lived a whole nother life. But anyway, I decorated the entire house to period. It was gorgeous. It was amazing, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, I had a whole collection that I gradually collected of convex glass frames. So convex glass, so like bubble glass, some people call it, inside of a frame. And some with the original art, some with replaced art inside of it. I have sold and gotten rid of many of them, but I did keep my favorite 4 pieces. That one is on the wall, and then I have 3 others that are like mahogany wood, and they're gorgeous. And I'll use them again. I'll replace the artwork probably with my grandsons when I have them in 15 years. Or something else equally beautiful. But those are one of the very, very, very few things that I've kept.
So the triplets were not related to at all. You just thought it was a
no, not at all. In fact, all of the pieces, and most of them I don't have anywhere, but some of them I do still have. Almost all of them had children because I collected them because I liked the frames and the convex glass, but I also liked the original. Usually it was photographs. I call it art, but really it was usually as a photograph inside. And almost all of them were children. I had a couple that were women. I had no bad experiences with any of it or anything. Most of them are turn of the century. They are turn of the century, not most of them. But obviously, they're various ages. But just so beautiful. Again, it was in part because of the house was all some of it was original, a lot of it was restored, but it was to period. So
yeah. I always find it interesting that people who are other people's ancestors are like in the crafting ephemera pictures in craft stores and antique stores, and we have like other people's family members in our scrapbooks and on our walls. And
well, for me, it was really about the children, because it's children. I mean, I love children, and especially little boys. I mean, I like little girls too. And then I also had quite a collection at one time, again, for the house. And when my son was little, I had Betsy Peace. Some of you may know who that is. Pieces by her. She was an artist that drew babies, infants. I actually
I've never heard of her.
Still up on the wall over there. Again, this was another life. And almost everything from that time is gone, but I did keep a few little things that were very sentimental.
All righty. So beautiful. So Earl was just sharing that he had a great trip to Colorado. Never been there before. And so neither have I. I've heard about the big scary, airport in Denver with the red eyes or lots of stories about
There's
that.
a
I would
portal
love,
there.
oh, there's a lot of stuff there. She's like, one of these days I got to do one of those para oracle, shows where we just kind of like
Yeah,
read
it's
on
an
the place.
interesting place. My
It is.
uncle lives in Denver. My mother's brother.
Ooh. So we do have a question, and Shelby, we can't. For me, I can't personally say, where to go. She says here, do you think I could have a reading about where I'm going to live? I really can't. For me
There's
personally, I
no
can't
way
put
to
that
do
with a
that with
card.
cards, honey. A
When am I
place
going to get a place of my own? I can pull around the energy of
and
possibly
time.
when.
Can't really do time either. How could we word that? Let's see. I would like, do you think I could have one about where I'm going to live or when am I going to get a place? So that's time is very hard with tarot. And where there are no cards that say Las Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, I know there are some decks out there that give you time that have like time things on them, but I don't have one of those.
Right.
Decks.
And we're talking about tarot, but let's see. I just say, what can you tell me about Moon Fox Night 17?
Her name is Shelby.
Potential move in the future. Who?
Her name is Shelby.
Shelby. All right, let me mute my.
She goes, yeah, I can do that. I know it can't be exact, but do a general energy. So yeah, let's just find out the energy. What I'll do, Shelby, is we have what?
I need a minute because I haven't done anything.
Okay. So I'm just going to ask for within the next 3 to 6 months and just kind of see what the cards have to say about the energy surrounding you with finding a new place. And Miss Tarot D, you sent me another picture. It better not be a naughty one. Okay, so Shelby, let's see what Miss Tarot D. And I did highlight your general read, Lindsay. So Miss Tarot D said, air, winter, pentacles, fall, wands, spring, and cups, summer. See, now I would think wands would be summer because of the heat, the hot, the flame, the fire. Interesting, Miss Tarot D. I'll keep that up for Allyson. It's hard. Let's see. It's been hard because I've been longing for a place of my own. Yeah, I hear you, girl. I hear you. So, Shelby, this is what I have. Right now, there's this beautiful strength card I got for you, Shelby, and I know that you've been standing. For me, strength is about standing true, standing strong, and that sense of the control over your wild nature. I'm going to actually look at what Jeremy said, because I love how Jeremy words some of his cards from a different perspective. And the strength card is an 8, It was the first and really only. Well, you got two majors, which is also a pentacle as well. So for me, if Miss Tarot D says that, um, hey Sonia, let's see, Miss Tarot D, where did you go up here? I'm just going to put that up there. Possibly next fall. So I gotta let me look at this here. Let me look. So, taming the animal spirit. So, this is about confidence and determination to overcome trials. So, he basically says pretty much everything else. The swarm of bats and the turbulent flutter of moths, predator and prey, are being held tethered by an inner calm. So, the woman's face is painted for war. She stands upright, ready for whatever comes next. Learning from injuries of the past and stresses of the day is a way to keep moving forward, never back. So, girl, just keep holding on. Um, don't sell for second best. And it's like focus on, exactly not necessarily maybe where you want to go, but the attributes of where you want to go. How do you want to feel? You want a place that's like you were saying in here. You're longing for a place. You want a place of your own. You want the place where you live to bring you bliss, to make you feel happy, to make you feel secure. Try to make a list of the feelings of what this place would represent to you. And when I went to go pull a clarifier for the strength card, I got the world card. And the world card, I know things look like they're falling apart, but these are actually being put together by something called architecture ants. And the ants are actually building. So to clarify or to go with the strength card, things are going to eventually come full circle, girl. Okay, you just got to be strong. Because then I also got the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is about celebration. Um, let's see what this goat has to do with the Three of Cups here. Um, let's take a look at that for you, because I just love how he mixes the animals in with the from the traditional. So with the Three of Cards, it's solidarity and friendship. So it's a carousel that goes round. So there's a joyful accord. So there is a celebration. So I love this, Shelby. This woman is free of worldly worries. So moving forward, keeping strength, being strong, things will come full circle, making sure you're very specific, not necessarily where it is that you want to go, but what attributes of what it is that you want to go and how you are going to feel when you get there. I did get the King of Pentacle, and look how that owl. I can't remember what type of owl they call this, but that owl, he is ready. He jumps out and he grabs that little, um, oh, what do you call it? The little things that jump out of the bird. Oh my God, I can't even think of the name of it. But the little bird that pops out of the clock.
The cuckoo clock.
Cuckoo clock. Thank you. Heather's cuckoo tonight. So I think what's going to happen is giving it time. Something's going to come up and you're going to jump on it, not to hesitate. Okay. And then the overall energy though is the Nine of Swords. So girl, you got to get out of your head. I know this is probably keeping you up. You're worried. You're stressed about it, but you are strong. Things are going to be coming full circle for you because you're going to have that intention out there to manifest this, that beautiful celebration. You're standing strong within yourself. Something's going to come up. You're going to grab it, but you got to get out of your head and try not to worry so much. Try to relax. I know it's easier said than done. I get it. I know where I'm at. This can be that Nine of Swords can be a lot for me here too. But all the other cards look really good. I really couldn't give it a time frame. Allyson, Miss Tarot D made a suggestion for us about when it comes to timing. Where did it go? Was representing the air to her for what she's learned. Air represents wintertime. Pentacles represents fall. Oh, so you know that. Okay. Wands, spring, and cups, summer. And I said for me, wands would be actually summer for me, and then cups would be more springtime.
I've heard lots. I mean, you could decide whatever it means for you.
But she wanted to put that little
Thank you.
And Angie made it back. I'm finally home. So, all righty. So, what'd you get, girl?
So what is her name?
Her name is Shelby.
So Shelby,
Ooh,
I don't remember what your original question was.
the question was about where do we see her moving, or what time frame will she find a place? But we were trying to reword it.
Okay. So thank you. Mm-hmm. Yep. Now I remember. So, I don't know if you have, I don't know anything about you. I don't know who you are. But there's something here that is either a fear or something that there's something here. There's something about all of this that you need to look at. I don't know what it is, but you need to deal with it, whatever it is. And it's somehow related to the concept of moving or actually moving, or there's a fear around moving in reality, or it could be, I don't know what this is, but there's something here that you need to look at it and spend time with that and figure out whatever that is. And then I think once that gets resolved, whatever that is, and I don't know if this would be right away or if it would be later, it would then kind of almost take care of it all, so that you could move into that. So I got that with just the traditional Rider-Waite. And then separately from my Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle, I got this card, and I'm going to read from the book, but I'm going to read from the book. And I started to get pretty
I read from the book.
I hate reading from the book. Yeah. Sorry, you guys. I don't like it when people read from the book, but I'm going to read from the book. I'm still learning this. I know. I'm judging. But anyways, I'm really not, but I can't. Anyways, whatever. It's Allyson, right? So it's me. So here's, beware of the happy toxins. Look how cute this is. Right? So there's this little bean with her red berries. And this is what it says. I was going to hand pick from this, but I'm just going to read the whole thing really quick. Some of the prettiest plants are poisonous. Look at this situation from many angles. So this is like the concept, the thought, the desire to move and win and all that kind of stuff, right? That's the situation. Play devil's advocate. You will be tempted to act, but discernment is what you need first. When you see happy, red, delicious berries, it's your job to investigate. Sometimes what is too good to be true is indeed good and true. Sometimes you get to devour all that tasty goodness, moving beyond fear and doubt to risk greatness. Let me say that again. Sometimes you get to devour all the tasty goodness, moving beyond fear and doubt to risk greatness. Other times you'd be better off to say no and cleave to your current commitment. This is one of those times. Enjoy the happy right now, but investigate it closely. Something isn't as it appears. That's very much what I read for you from the tarot. Just worded differently. So I don't know what that is. Maybe you know, maybe you need to think about it, but there's something here. Doesn't mean you have to wait, but it would be best for you to deal with whatever that moon energy is. This toxins energy. And then I also pulled from this deck, the next card is Let Yourself Be Carried, which is exactly what it sounds like. I'm not going to read from the book again. A lot of these cards I know really well, but some of them I don't. This is about just letting stuff happen. Mm-hmm. This is like the flow, right? Just letting shit just happen naturally, organically, not trying to twist or turn or whatever, and just kind of, let it occur naturally. That's what I got for you.
Okay. You said you got the King of Pentacles, right?
I don't know if I said it, but I showed it. Yes.
Yeah, I got it. I got the King of Pentacles too. So we both got a similar card. And she's been sharing a bit in the chat, and it's just about money, trying to plan.
Yep, and it will show up.
She wants her independence, so
it will show up.
Ooh,
Yep.
and Karen
You're the
says,
King of Pentacles,
yeah.
right? At some point, and there's a chunk of time between those first 3 cards and the last 2. How much, I don't know, but they felt like, again, I get stuff sometimes. I felt it. It's like, okay, these go together. It was a 5 card, then like this, and then this with the 10 of Pentacles. So it'll happen. It's going to be there, but you got to deal with whatever that. You have the, like, the Moon, the Sun, and the Hermit. That's all, looking at in that order. That's what I described.
Very nice. And Karen also added that a new place with 10 of Pentacles could be inheriting, or it could be help with a family member, possibly. So just keep your options open.
Yeah. I mean,
that,
by card definition, yes.
All righty. So Lindsay would like a general reading. We've never read for Lindsay before, so this will be fun. And just so I know we have somebody new too, Paul and Giuseppe joined us. Hello. I think I met you once in one of Amanda's lives, Tropical Empress. Yes, Karen, you're right. You'll have to tell us what happened. So, Lindsay.
All right, I'm good.
Okay.
So, Lindsay, there's something here that the energy that you have has changed. So, like, there was something you felt very in power, very in control, whatever, and right now, or maybe this is about to happen, hopefully not, but I'm just saying, and again, tarot can be very dramatic. You guys have heard me say that a million times. There's something here that's causing some sort of stress for you, right? 9 of Swords. It's something that it's either some sort of information you came to, or something that you suspect, or you have information, or somebody told you something. Page of Swords. It's something like that. There's a knowledge here. There's a knowing here. The advice for you is to take back your power, take back your control, and take care and just yeah. You'll be able to make the steps to move forward once you take control of whatever this is. Could I have hold on one second. There could be another person involved. If there's not another person involved, it's about you being kind with whatever this is, but standing your ground and being very firm and coming from a loving place, but just, not showing any emotion and just the facts, ma'am. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. I don't know what this is. I'm not getting super deep into all this and pulling a million clarifiers, but that's definitely what I have here. Hopefully this makes some sort of sense to you. Yeah, you could be, if this involves another person, I don't necessarily think that it does. It could be an Aries or possibly a air sign, but again, I don't know that it necessarily does. I do have the Queen of Wands here. That's you. whether or not you're the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the King of Cups is making an appearance here, but that's more of the energy being attached to this Emperor here. But anyways, that's what I got for you.
Alrighty, that's interesting. So Lindsay.
Oh, one other thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, at the bottom of the deck, you got a decision here. You do have the power to do this and work on making a change. It's right here at the bottom of the deck as well. So, okay. Sorry.
Okay, girl. So Lindsay, this is interesting because I got the Lover's card to start out with. And the Lover's card doesn't have to necessarily mean a intimate relationship. This could be well, it could be, and it could be with ourselves, but this could also be like a relationship with another person. It could be a partner, it could be a friend, it could be a coworker, but it could be reflecting again both yourself, our inner selves, our male and our female part selves that come together. And with the Lover's card, when it comes about partnerships and coming together, I pulled a clarifier for it, and I got the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is usually a dissatisfaction with something. I don't feel like there's with this relationship, whether it's within yourself or with another person, there's a bit of a dissatisfaction. I mean, she didn't look on her face. She's not even too happy with it either. In a traditional tarot, it's someone handing you a cup and you're looking at the other ones that you want. You're going, and when someone's trying to give you something else, but there's some sort of something, a dissatisfaction, something that you're not looking at, or somebody in this that's a part of this could be looking at that's not, how do I say this? They're trying to have you see something or offer you something, and it almost kind of feels like it's like you're not having it. I pulled another card and I got the Ace of not excuse me, it's the Ace of Wands. And then this deck, it's a little sparrow. He's so cute. And it says this is talking about the needle. The threaded needle is a starting point. It's a tiny and it takes a few tries to get it started. Cultivate your goals and see where they flourish. So this is about cultivating, taking the needle, start sewing, start moving. This is a brand new energy. The wands. It's typically like a wand being handed to you in traditional and tarot, and it's about new possibilities, new motivation, new energy. It also has to do with willpower. So I don't know if there is somebody or a part of yourself that's pushing you to do something, and you're not quite. You're not. You're dissatisfied. You still want those other cups in front of you, but there's that one that keeps being handed to you, and there's just something that you do not want with it. But there is a transition. So as I'm looking across at this, you got that brand new start. I got the Death card, and the Death card isn't about physical death. It could be about rebirth. So there is some sort of rebirth, revisiting, relooking at something, and it's a positive reading. Whatever you were dissatisfied possibly within a relationship or within the relationship of yourself, you are taking that needle, you are sewing, you are creating, you are moving into more motivated energy. You're looking forward to being motivated to start something new. Aces are all about fresh new energy, and so a lot of it with the wands is about creativity, motivation, and the willpower to move forward. And as you do that, you go through that change, that rebirth. A new you is coming out, and an overall energy. I got the Four of they're wands. They look more like swords in this one, but you've got the beautiful Four of Wands, which is about celebration. It's about foundation. So when you look at this reading across, you got the coming together within yourself. Um, you're moving forward. You're rebirthing yourself, and it's a beautiful celebration, a new foundation. So I like these cards. I hope that resonated. Um, Still getting used to Jeremy's deck. I just get distracted with the cute little birds and the animals. And Lindsay says, I'm strengthening my spirituality. Okay. And let's see. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. Good to see you. We don't do legal readings. I'll go ahead and I'll highlight this for Allyson, and we'll see if that's something that
What
we
did
can
it?
look
Let
at.
me see it. What did it
Oh,
say?
she's talking about running to a glitch with a
Ran
tax
into
return.
a glitch with the tax return of my parents' house. I
That's
had a
like-
tax professional do them. Will it all go
We
well?
can pull.
I'll
on
read
that.
on that. I don't have any
Okay.
problem reading on that.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
Sharon
first.
O'Brien.
Yeah, but right now we got somebody else next. We just
Oh.
read for Lindsay. Yeah, but that just popped up and I saw that and I went to go highlight
Okay.
and I was reading.
Who are we reading for?
Earl is next.
Earl
Guidance.
Rule.
Yep. Guidance from Spirit for the rest of the month. You're welcome, Lindsay. Good night, Fatima, sweetheart. Thank you for being here.
I'll go.
Okay.
Earl, I just pulled one card for you from this Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle, and this is a deck that I'm still learning, and I'm going to go ahead and just read to you what it says. This is Beware of the Shame Creature. It says, shame grows when it's fed. It'll gobble up your enthusiasm quicker than a frog devours fireflies on a hungry night at the pond. Once upon a time, you could not control how much shame you consumed, but as a sovereign adult, you get to choose how much you feed the shame monster by monitoring your thoughts. You are now responsible for how much it grows. Starve the monster by refusing to feed it your thoughts of unworthiness. Shrink it by sharing your shame stories. Find a trusted person and share for the sheer act of sharing. Hidden shame grows, but exposed shame shrinks. You don't need to be shameless or completely healed from trauma. You simply need to let out your shame so it doesn't complicate the situation. Write it down in a journal, collage it, then toss it in the fire. Just get it out of you. Shame has no place in a creature as lovely and deserving as you. I wasn't even going to read all of this, but I wanted to refresh myself on what this means. And this sounds so dramatic. It doesn't mean that it's that big of a deal, Earl. I mean, maybe it is, but it's about carrying something that you don't feel good about and just kind of like holding on to it and telling yourself like negative bullshit talk. And we all of us to some degree have done this. I used to do this. I don't really do this anymore, I'm proud to say. But yeah, I do. We all do it to some degree. It could be a big thing. It could be a little thing, whatever. You're asking for guidance from Spirit for the rest of the month. This is what's coming up. So there's something here that maybe you feel bad about it, or I don't know what it is. Hopefully you do. Hopefully this means something to you. If not, give it some thought, because it did fly right out for me, which is the only reason I took only one card. And I felt like it was significant. And so I stopped there. Hope this is helpful.
Okay. And Paul and Giuseppe, thank you for being here and hanging out with us. Have a good night. And Earl says, removing negative thinking. Yes, Earl.
Good job.
Because this is what I'm getting to. So Earl, walking away, and I've read for you a few times. So within, I think, the last 6 months or so, this is what you've been doing. You've moved on from a situation. You're walking away. You're putting your hat on. You're ready to move forward. You're taking charge with your life. There's been a lot of grief and sadness. I got the 5 of Cups that needs processing and still healing with. And as you're doing that, I got this beautiful wheel, the Wheel of Fortune card, and it's this beautiful ant just making its way across the water, and it's all rippling out, and um, things are changing for you. I saw in the chat that you said you were moving to, not moving, excuse me, did a business trip, and that was very positive for you. I love that. Things are turning. Be positive. Keep that positive momentum going. That mindset. The overall energy too is I got another five. I got the Five of Pentacles. So sometimes we feel like I feel like you're still drowning in that sense of despair, of feeling of lack of finances, security, spirituality, things that are physical. This could be relationship as well. So um, get rid of this overall energy, work on the positive thinking. Things are moving beautifully for you. And that's what I have for you, my friend. So, all righty. Next up is Sharon's question, and that will be the last one. I don't know what your time frame is tonight, but you're good? Okay. So, Sharon, are you here? Because I know, Sharon, sometimes you pop in and out or your internet. So um, please let us know if you're here. Sharon, are you here, my dear? Please let us know. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to read really quick because I think Sharon left. She's not here. Okay. So Sharon, just really quick, if you come back, Queen of Pentacles, this is somebody taking control. It's a nurture. So I feel like this could very well be you and or your tax advisor that you mentioned. The Queen of Pentacles is about financial security, nurturing, stability, um, being just very grounded. Yes, you're here. Okay. The other cards I got look really good, Sharon. I got Judgment. So there is a judgment that is going to be made. I did get the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is about giving, traditionally, you see that pentacle. You're being given a gift of finances, security. This could be, in the realm of spirituality and stuff. But right now, with your question, I'm getting finances. And if you see right here, the bird is holding a key in its mouth. So I feel like there is good news coming, finances coming, the key. And I also got the Nine of Pentacles, which is woman in her garden. It's about independence. It's about achievement. Um, it's a success card. Um, being, the queen or being in charge of your own garden. So for me, this represents a success in independence, security, home. Um, Things look good. So that's what I have for you. Mhm. I just love sharing how that bird came out with the key in its mouth. I couldn't believe it. I was like, we're talking about taxes with a house, and there's that beautiful bird, and it's an Ace of Pentacle, and it's like spirit handing you a new, new possibility, new prosperity, a new gift, a new beginning. I love that.
Sharon, whatever this looked like, it's going to go a whole different direction. So I don't know what that means, but if there's going to be a basically starting over. So I don't know if I don't know what that means. So whatever it looked like, whatever occurred, and I don't know if it's a result of what this person does for you, but it's going to look very different and it's going to take on a new direction and it's going to require some sort of focus and concentration. So I assume that's for you. And then it feels very separate. I got, I think this is about you manifesting what you want to see come out of this and listening to your gut on all of this stuff. I got conjure the magic and listen to the little creature in your belly from this deck. And I felt like pulling from this deck rather than the tarot, so I did. But this is, I just want you to understand, this is good. This isn't bad. So I'm not, and I didn't hear anything Heather said. So I don't know if she's feeling like this is going to go well or if it's not going to go well or whatever. But this doesn't feel bad. And if it does feel bad, I will tell you. I'm not one of these that isn't going to say. So this looks, I feel like, I don't know, like however it was thought that it was going to go or what it was going to look like, whatever that is, it's just going to look different and it's going to go, maybe there'll be a different way of setting up the whole paperwork or I don't know what this is. And then it's going to acquire, I'm feeling like this is you focus. This is about you making sure everything's done correctly. Like everything's submitted, all that stuff is there, all the documentation, like, oh, you didn't forget about the even though, I mean, yeah, you want to depend on your tax professional, but you also have to be somewhat accountable, right? And I'm sure you know that. You can't just, you be on deck on what needs to be done as well, right? That's what I'm getting from this. And then separate from it, I think this is about you just, I want you to see whatever it is that you want to come out of this, this whole conjure the magic. This is about you being very positive and not, because anytime there's anything tax related, if there's any kind of whoopsie or this or that or whatever, that can be very stressful and this, that, whatever. And this is related to a property in some sort of way, whatever. This is basically saying, just to be optimistic. Don't be a negative Nancy worrywart about it. Not saying that you would be, but there's a tendency for people to do that kind of stuff around this kind of thing. And that's bad news. Don't do that. Don't go there. And listen to your gut, not this is fear, right? Up here, your gut is truth, right? Know the difference is basically what I'm saying. So I'm just going to stop there. It feels okay. I don't feel like anything bad's going to come out of it. Is it exactly what you're going to want? I have no idea. But it's just going to look different than what you thought it was going to look like, I think, originally, but that's not necessarily bad. And this doesn't feel bad at all. So that's what I got.
It's cool. It's from the Hush Tarot. I got the Judgment card. And then for me, I'm thinking the judgment being made. And then look at this. I got the Ace of Pentacles. And because of it having to do with taxes and home, he's holding a key in the mouth. I just absolutely love this deck, Allyson. It just almost kind of led.
Beautiful.
And then the Nine of Pentacles. So I think she will do well.
That's good. And at the bottom of the deck, I've got Bury Your Dead. And which I'm going to take that back to what I was just saying. Whatever it was is gone. It's going to be something new with this new beginnings. That's what I got.
Well, it looks good so far, Sharon. So
it'll all work out. Just be positive. Not that you wouldn't, but a lot of people just, anxiety alone is negativity. It prevents good things from happening.
And I did get the Queen of Pentacles, and she's all about being grounded and nurturing and practical and just being level-headed. So you'll do well. And while you were reading, Jay popped in to say hi. Hello, Heather, Aries girl, Courtney. Jay's here. And Courtney Elf came in and is hanging out with us. And Lunar, where did you go? Lunar Love and Light. I think you might have told me your name before. Lunar, okay. I think you were Gigi, but I think I got names wrong. I'm trying to remember everybody's name, girl, and sometimes it's really easy, and then there's some where I just absolutely dropped the ball on it. So
I would never be able to remember anybody's name. So you're doing better.
Ray's been keeping a list with the people we know with the channel name and then their name next
to it. It's okay. If people really wanted you to know their name,
Melly,
their name would be part of their channel.
That is cool. Melly, I love that. That's very unique. I cannot forget that. I'm hearing like a rodeo in the background. Yeah, one of our audios, it comes and goes.
A rodeo?
It's like I think they meant radio.
Oh, Shelby, it's silent where radio. I am. There's like,
that might be on my end.
Nothing.
It's not too bad. Miss Tarot Diva, now that you are here, we can begin to misbehave. So yeah, she meant radio. So she says, thank you. I am on top of it. You're welcome, Sharon. We didn't have any other requests for readings. We're at 9:30. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Let anybody let Allyson and I know if we want to pull some cards for you. I'm going to take a quick sip. Yeah, it probably might be your audio, Heather. Sounds like
I got some new cards I'll show.
More new cards? Oh my God.
Not more. I don't know if did I show them last time?
I have.
No, it's the same ones, but I don't think I don't remember. I showed them somewhere, but I don't remember where it was.
Was it the cutesy ones?
No.
Oh.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, Melly.
Where is my...
And just like new cards. Whee!
Where the hell is my... Where's the... That is so weird. Hold on 1 second. What?
Okay, I see, Shelby. Okay, I'll mark that.
Actually, I don't think I showed these either. Okay, I am so anal about putting everything away. I have a cabinet here in my room that holds all my tarot decks, and I cannot find. I don't know where the heck the box is for this. Just doesn't make any sense. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Where the heck is the box for this?
I got your picture, Miss Tarot D.
Is it right here and I'm not seeing it? Where is the box? What? Where is the box? Oh my God. That is crazy. It's not.
No one's in love with me.
Okay, I'm going to show my cards, but I don't have the damn box. Where's the damn box?
Scout, where's the box? Go get the box.
This is so crazy. Every single thing is put away. Here, everything. Hold on. Oh, here it is. God, I'm such a ding dong.
Shelby, it's just...
There's like a little tiny, like little space on the edge of the cabinet when you first reach in there, and it was sitting there sideways, and I didn't see it. Okay, so... I think I briefly showed this. I can't remember, you guys. If I already showed it, I'm sorry, my bad. So I got this a few weeks back.
Ooh, no, we haven't seen it yet.
This is the Tattoo Tarot.
Very cool.
I don't love it.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. The cardstock is kind of thick, so if you like thick cardstock, you might like it. It's very Pip style. It's called the Tattoo Tarot. I think I already said that. Something's wrong with me. Anyways, These are the backs. I like the backs. So this is, I'll just show a couple of these.
Ooh.
That's the Chariot. So it's very early, like Americana tattoo style, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ace of Wands. So anybody knows what, like, you know, very sailor type tattoos look like?
Yeah,
Here's
Shelby
Death
says
card.
they're pretty. Oh, that's cool. And Lunar Love says, or Melly says, that deck doesn't resonate with her either.
And I got it. Actually, I'm not even going to tell the story.
Well, that's different.
My man got it for me, and I do like it. It's just, it's, if I could have held the deck and shuffled it, and I did watch the flip through for it, it was there. There was hardly any cards. He like just wanted to buy me a deck, and I just was like, yeah, okay, you know, whatever. And I got it because I'm never gonna get any, but it's like I do love the old throwback kind of sailor type early Americana tattoos, right? Like the anchor and the, you know what I mean? Hopefully you guys know what I mean. Here's 8 of coins. So it's very
that's
pippy.
cool.
Yeah, it's very pip. But like the
I love the
and
colors.
like here's the King of Swords. King of Wands. I'm gonna stop. I just wanted to show a couple of these. Here's the World. The World's pretty dope.
Oh yeah, this is pretty dope.
It is.
We are dating ourselves.
So, but anyways, and then
how rad.
I do like it. It's just more of one where I would just kind of like side shuffle it, and then I would just do jumpers because I can't bridge shuffle this, not on a bet. It's kind of thick. For those of you that like thick card stock, which for me is an immediate no. As soon as the card stock is thick, personally, I love Los Scarabeo and US Games. No brainer for me. Card stock is a win for me every single time. And I got no problem with mass market decks. I prefer them.
Hey, Miss Moonlight.
Anyway, so I got the
Ooh, oh, you did.
Tarot Nefertari.
Ooh, let's see. Oops, how am I supposed to? There we go. Because you weren't resonating with some of them for a while, so you found one that did.
This is the only one from day one that I've ever really liked that was an Egyptian deck. It's the only one. And you couldn't get it for a while, and I don't know why. It used to be like $45, and now I got it for like 25, I think. Anyways, and I don't know why. It is Los Scarabeo. This is the deck. Beautiful card stock. Cards are extra gold foil.
Oh, and I love the black.
Yep. And they're very, I just really like them.
Cool.
They're beautiful.
Yes,
they're
absolutely
shiny. Gorgeous. Look shiny. Look at the moon.
Oh, I love that. Look, oh my God. Yes.
So beautiful.
I like that. I love the moon card.
Here's the sun. No creepy baby, as Heather likes to say.
A lot of us say that. Not just me.
Not me. Here's the Ace of Swords with this badass falcon.
Ooh, I saw a falcon last week. Very cool. Oh, Jay says, I need those in my life.
So cool. Here's the Emperor.
Oh, wow.
They're very, very, very gold. Which years ago I wouldn't have liked, and now I love it. So, yeah. So weird how things change and shift and whatever. But I'm a chameleon. I've always kind of been that way. It's kind of weird. Not quickly, but things change with
and
me.
Miss Tarot D says, those cards are so Allyson. Oh, mighty Isis.
Oh. And then, okay, so this deck and it doesn't even, I don't even know where it says it on here.
Ooh, Ange had a falcon in her backyard yesterday, and it was
So
eating
this
another
deck
bird.
is by Sylvana Alacia. Okay, but it's nowhere on the box. When you open it up and look at the guidebook, her name is mentioned there. Right?
Interesting.
Yep. And this is Lo Scarabeo, made in Italy, all that. This is the regular Lo Scarabeo. So I also got Sylvana Alacia's Egyptian Gods Oracle deck.
Ooh, we got to put you on the big screen again. Oh, this is fun.
This is a must for anybody that wants to get an Egyptian deck.
Really?
Get this. That would be my suggestion. Just get it. It's only got 36 cards. Boo. That's a big, let's just get that out of the way. Okay. Yeah. It's only got 36 cards. However, which I hate. I can't stand it. One of the reasons I don't even like Oracle decks is because they usually have 44 cards. 44, 45. This one's got 36. But I got over it. Why? Because it's an amazing deck. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's all these different Egyptian gods. So you get to learn about the different gods.
Oh, Allyson, that's gorgeous.
Yep. It's so pretty.
Oh my God. That's the deck I want. That's beautiful.
It was not expensive. Oh. It's so beautiful.
Jess says she wants a card reading from that deck.
Yep. It's so cool because you can ask a question. It's very powerful, but I very much connected to it. But I finally have surrendered to the fact that there's some Egyptian connection with me. So maybe that's why. But it's like I've gotten some really powerful pulls from this deck. And I don't read for myself, but I've been goofing around with this and asking questions and just pulling a card or having a card come out. And those of you that have watched me for any amount of time know that I think that single card pulls are just silly. I just do, just being honest. Well, much to my shock, 1 or 2 cards, and it's like, oh, damn, really? Wow. So,
she's been corrected.
I will change my mind about stuff. Now with tarot, no, never. Sorry. No, not sorry. No, one card is like, it's because it's a story, right? The tarot, you have to, it's meant to be read multiple cards, 5 or more, in my opinion. But everybody reads differently. This, it's because it's more, for one, it's oracle, right? But it's more a message of what that god is and what is needed to know. But anyways, like this is Anubis, which is all about transformation.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Nancy has both of them.
Yep. Sekhmet. This is about justice.
Ooh. And Ange put the link in the description. Thank you, Ange.
And there's a couple gods in here I'd never even heard of. There's a few of them. We have Osiris, death and rebirth. Ooh. But most of these are very most of these are very about being ordinary, are very neutral or positive, but there are a couple negative ones, of course.
Jay wants to know, have you done any readings with them so far?
Yeah, I just said that I had. Yeah. For other people, no. Well,
that's what I think she meant.
Yeah, I did. I guess I must have on. I guess I did it on the Mystic 4 because it's the only thing I've done. Yeah, I pulled a couple from here. Yeah, I did, but not very much at all. But I'm happy to use it if anybody wants to pull from this deck. So
I do.
Anyways,
I'm not gonna wait till after.
These work beautifully together.
Wow.
Obviously, they're by the same creator. And then this deck is also Lo Scarabeo, even though it's these big, not big, they're regular Oracle size, but nice cardstock. A lot of Oracle decks, in my opinion, are thick and chunky, and I don't like that. I like nice snapback, thin, not flimsy and cheap, but thin, with a little bit of, and as much of a natural girl as I am, and I totally am, you know, it's got a little bit of like a sheen to it. That's how the cards glide, y'all. If they're matte and they stick and grab, the deck is useless to me. So I have a couple, I'm so tempted to call them out. I have a couple decks that I really, really wanted, and I got them, and I hate them because they don't shuffle worth a you know what, and they're useless to me. So it's like, which I'm gonna do. I don't know. I got to figure out a way to let you guys know. I have some decks that I'm just like, I'm happy to let them go. For anybody that's really truly interested, you would just pay for the shipping. And,
Jay says she would like a card pull from that deck, the Gods.
Sure.
One. I believe so, Jane, because I know.
And you know what? Right now, before I forget, let me show my tattoo, or try to show it.
Okay.
It kind of played. I'm gonna try putting my foot right here. See, it's not gonna show. Hold on. What if I put it right there? Will it show?
We'll see how flexible Allyson is.
Oh, girl, I'm so flexible. It's ridiculous. But I think I need to stand on this side because it's my right foot. Okay, can you see it?
It's dark.
Yeah, damn it.
Here, let me see if I can pull you up on the bigger screen and get you.
Hold on.
We're all like leaning in, looking at Allyson's. Oh, you got an ankh and an eye. Oh my God, that's badass.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, it's the Eye of Horus.
Yep.
On an ankh.
Wow.
Not the Eye of Ra, it's the Eye of Horus.
Eye of Horus. Jay says she's so tiny. Well, she said in the past she's short. I'm probably taller than Allyson, I think.
I'm very small.
And Shelby says, okay. Ooh, love that for you, Allyson. Now, is that going to be colored in at some point, or just that's it?
I don't think so. Okay. I'm adding to it, though. I got, I'm going to get, actually, I'm not going to say. I'm getting something right next to the top of the ankh, and then I might do something else on the side of it. No, because once he did it, I stopped and I paused and I was like, you know what? We're done. Because I really liked it the way that it is. So, yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think it's really, I really like it a lot. Yes. So could you see it?
Yeah, we could see it. I could see it.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone saw it. And Nancy says that's beautiful. And Ange says, good things come in small packages.
That's what my mom always used to say. My mom always used to say that.
Ange loves the tattoo.
Thank you.
And Melly says, don't jinx it.
Okay, so what'd you say? Jay wants a pull?
Oh, yes, she wants a pull.
Will you put her name up on there so I can see it?
Mm-hmm.
Jay Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That looks like a cool deck, Jay. Everybody. That'll be on my list. I've seen it, but not in action. Thank you, everybody, again for coming in. For those who come in a little bit later, Amanda had to get some extra sleep. She was very tired and exhausted, and she's got a show coming up, so she went to bed. And Carolyn and Peter's dog, Trixie, needs surgery. She's okay right now. She's at the vet's being watched and looked after, so Carolyn and Peter couldn't make it, so we could all send some healing love and energy to both Carolyn and Peter and their Trixie. Nice healing and supportive light. That would be awesome. Thank you. Wow, Tom didn't show up, so no bingo square for Tom tonight.
Oh, all right. I am actually I probably know half of this deck quite well at this point, but because it's new, I am going to read it, and because I want to make sure you hear the whole message, and that way you'll know what applies to you, if that makes sense. So I pulled Ra, which is awesome. It's the first card in the deck, which is the sun. So, okay. Ra, enlightening is the key word. First sun god, he who rises up, climbing high in the sky. Life and prosperity come from the sun and its heat. Its symbol is the eye of Ra, also associated with the meaning of the third eye. The energy of Ra is vital, the source of creative growth. This deity instills clarity and transparency. There is nothing to fear under the influence of Ra. He helps you to heal wounds and restore lost harmony, but with action. Above all, he advises you to abandon the subterfuges of the moon and to act boldly and in the full light of day. That's what I got.
Nice. That's a beautiful deck.
It is, and it looks, actually, it is. It's, hold on, it says it in here. Yeah, it's each portrait card has been painted directly on original papyrus paper, produced in the ancient Egyptian drying method. That's what it says.
Ooh,
I mean, it just
Jay
feels
says,
like, I don't know, but it's got a code. I don't know, but that's what it says. I mean,
love that message.
but the
Thank
artwork,
you, girl.
it's
She
so
said.
pretty. It's got all the little, it's just really, it's really cool. And these are the backs.
Wow. I think they're on Amazon. So she says, love that message. Thank you, girl.
Oh, and my people, magic.com. I ordered 5 decks from them a month ago. August 2nd, I've received nothing. Do not order until I have anything further to tell you that could possibly be
magic.com 5 weeks ago.
magic.com. Do not order from magic.com. Magic CK, MAGICK.com. Do not order from them.
Oh.
Do not do it until, for entertainment purposes only. No, I sent them money and I have not received shit.
Have you contacted them? Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
With nothing.
Yeah.
So I think they were a legit company that's going belly up. Or I don't even know what, but yeah.
That sucks.
Yep. And the funny thing is, I never, hardly ever, because I don't like to do Amazon. I don't. And you guys probably know that. I don't. I buy from other sources, right? And I almost so many times ordered for them, almost. And I've watched other content creators that have ordered from them. I think it used to be very legit, and I think that I can only assume. And again, great. If that's not true, send me my stuff. Send me my stuff. I got 2 receipts. And y'all got my money, and I don't have anything. And it's been 6 weeks.
Ange says, I have heard from many people that they have either not received decks or that it took months to get them.
Yeah, well, you know what? And thank you, sweetheart. I hope I can eventually come on here and say that I did get my items or a refund. I hope so. But the fact that I've gotten no correspondence and I reached out 3 times, I'm done. And, you know, the karma's on them, you know.
A while back, Moon Shelby had a question for us, not to pull cards, but she was just interested. I do have a general question. What would you guys do for a job or career besides tarot readings?
I do have a general question I asked before.
Yeah, I missed it.
So what would you guys do for a job or a career? What? I don't understand that. I do not understand that sentence.
Well, a job or a career besides tarot readings. I don't consider this a career.
I don't do this for a job or career.
No. Me, I no longer work. I'm retired. And
I'm
Allyson
a school bus
driver. So.
And I was a personal fitness trainer for forever. And before that, I worked at a brokerage firm.
And I've only ordered from Amazon because I've been screwed by so many other sites. I haven't had any trouble with Etsy or with Amazon, so I try to steer away from.
Yeah, and the thing about Amazon, oh, I'm sorry, honey, there's a little bit of a delay. The thing about Amazon, I want to just comment because I've heard people say that they've gotten counterfeit and this and that, blah, blah, blah. When you order from Amazon, always make sure that what you're buying, if it's like a deck, that it's from Amazon and it ships from Amazon. It will not be counterfeit ever. Ever. It's only when you buy through Amazon and it's some seller that's using a storefront as Amazon. If you buy from Amazon and it ships from Amazon, it's going to be a legit deck, period. You will not get counterfeit from Amazon as your seller.
Yep. Deck creators. Yep, exactly. Although at one time was about 3 years ago when I first started out, I didn't know about counterfeit decks, and I found a deck. I go, oh, that's a good price. And then couldn't figure out why it wasn't like. And then when I went to the store and I saw how it was supposed to look, I'm like, what is this? And then I didn't understand until the following year there was such a thing as counterfeit decks, and I got it through because I just didn't know. So that's why I always tell people to be careful that when you order a deck.
And if you are going to order this, again, this is just my suggestion. Trying to be everybody's mama. If you buy something on Amazon and it is a seller that's not Amazon, I wouldn't do a deck because it probably is going to be fraudulent. I would be very leery of buying anything that's out of the country, and I wouldn't do it at all, period. Like, but that's just me. Like, if on the rare occasion that I do order something from Amazon, which like I drink electrolytes, right? And there's a whole reason that I order through Amazon, from Amazon, but like, what was my point? Jesus, Allyson.
You had a point.
I had a point. Anyways, just be very cautious and just, as long as it's from Amazon,
and not Temu
as your seller, it's fine. I just don't like to do Amazon because they're making all the money and everybody else is going out of business, and I just don't like that.
And read the reviews. They will tell you if it's a fake or not. Yep.
Yeah, but like I said, if Amazon is the seller, you're gonna get like any. And I have a few that were ordered through Amazon, and Amazon is the seller, and they're the real deck with the real box and the real manual or guidebook and all. I mean, immediately as soon as you put your hands on it if it's real or not.
And Miss Moonlight said third-party sellers are now sending to Amazon warehouse, so always check for the author's name. Yes.
I've never had anything. Like I said, as long as it's the
that's where my counterfeit came from and I didn't know that back then. I didn't know that there was such a thing. So
yeah, I've never had a problem.
You live, you learn. And yep, Ange, buyer beware, do your homework beforehand.
And I know I've raved before, but you guys, this Oracle deck is like the bomb.com.
The bomb.com.
It just is. This Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle, written by Angie Sullins, artwork by Eva Beneva is her artist name that she goes by.
I have an Angie Sullins deck. Yep.
Y'all, I just love this Oracle deck. I really do, because it doesn't, it gets right to the point. It's got the cutest little artwork, but it is a bit dark, of course. But it's so stinking cute, and it's dark, but with a loving energy. But the cards, the pictures they're just so stinking cute. And look who's on the back. I mean, come on.
Take and just comment down.
This little
like a chihuahua almost.
It's a
mouse. Or fox.
It's one of those forest fox. I can't think what they're called, but they kind of look like a chihuahua, but they're foxes with the big ears. Miss Tarot D
almost looks a little bit like Sunny.
They're so stinking cute. But I just love that deck. I really do.
Ange says she loves it. She goes, "Yep, I'm still loving my Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle, Allyson. It's so good. It's so weird."
It is. It's really, really, really nice. She has another deck too. She might have several. I don't know. She has another one. I saw somebody. You know how it is once you look at something on YouTube and then you have all this stuff come through your feed. I watched a that's something else I suggest. Again, everybody do what they want. And I'm sure a lot of you already do this. I never buy any cards without looking at numerous deck reviews or flip throughs. I prefer the silent ones. I don't need to hear somebody blabbing about the deck. I just want to see the cards. I don't mind hearing a little bit, like if I'm concerned about the card stock or whatever, because usually I already know who makes it and whether or not I'm going to be okay with the card stock. But I need to look at every single card. And for me, because I don't know, I'm very
you're particular.
I'm very cautious with money. I don't spend money where it's not needed. And so if I don't like every single card and or love it, I'm not buying the deck. So yeah. And so everything that I have at this point, other than the few that I mentioned when I was kind of a rookie in the beginning, I love all of them. For me, it's important. If I don't want to pick that deck up and use it, why do I have it? Why do I have it? There's no point in me. If it just sits there on a shelf with 80 other ones and I don't grab it, why do I even have it? That's how I look at it.
No, cards don't resonate for me. It's not my deck.
That's right. Yep. And that's what I'm saying. I literally have like 10 decks right now that I'm getting rid of. Because they don't talk to me. The card stock's not right. Whatever. And you outgrow or I do again, millionaire. I outgrow and change and like, nope.
Of course, look at me. I would never have gotten this last year or whatever. I would have been like, oh, the skulls and the things. No, I love it now. It's one of my favorite decks. And they're just sitting on the deck now. Yep.
And it's so funny. I wanted to show this to you, Heather. I mean, I know you've seen it, and I not that you would or wouldn't necessarily. Where the hell is it? So this, I know you're not real crazy about, and I'm not either, honestly. Rider-Waite-Smith, like the original deck. Mm-hmm. I have this one, and I don't know who the hell picked the backings for these cards. Gross.
Yeah, that's kind of boring.
But anyways, this is the box. This is just a flip top box, you guys. This is one of my favorite decks. Anyways, this is Rider-Waite-Smith. This is a 1995 deck. $19, meaning 95 cents deck at my local store. It's the Rider-Waite-Smith, but it's a very muted down, and it feels so different because it doesn't have that awful palette.
Yeah. Kind of
Now it's
garish
not
to
going to
me.
be poppy and bright. Like Heather likes a lot of saturation, which I do too.
It's
But
pretty. It's pastel like.
the Rider-Waite Smith is so crayon Crayola yellow and red.
Mm-hmm.
It's just yeah. To me.
Just yeah.
It's just it's no. 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 This is very muted.
It's not bad. It's pretty.
It's very soft.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same artwork. It feels so different with a completely different color palette. Look at the star.
Now I have the radiant one because it has a little bit of a warmer tone to it.
It does. Yep. But like
best.
that traditional, and I have the traditional. I actually have two of them, pocket size. And then I also have one that somebody else printed.
Huge.
And the coloring, saturation, whatever, is slightly different. It's not quite so Crayola. And so it's not as nauseating. But because, and I know if anybody's offended, I'm sorry, but it's like the Crayola red and yellow and blue, it's ugly. Sorry.
I guess those were the colors back in the day when she painted.
I'm not talking about the art. Right. I'm just talking about the colors that were used, the drawings themselves, for the most part, and for the time and for what the whole point of the cards was. I get it, right? And I have respect and love for it because it's the tarot that most of us use and go from, right? But the coloring, oh God, it's just so bad. And I feel bad even saying that, but to me, it's just yuck. It's got big ick factor. But when you change the colors, it's the same color, but you know what I mean? The shade is, shading's completely different. It just feels completely different. Very different.
So people just been talking about decks. The Black Light Tarot. I think I've heard of that. I think Bobby might have done a flip through on his channel.
Oh, the Black Light Tarot. You know what? I might have seen that once. I mean, and I can totally picture what it would look like.
And Miss Tarot D does not resonate with the Hush tarots. Doesn't but Angie's been going and putting links into the chat if anybody's interested in any.
You know what is different from the Rider-Waite Smith, but is still a very Rider-Waite Smith, is the Morgan Greer.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
I have that, and I do like that, which I'm probably going to be pulling that out again. I haven't used that in a while, and it's kind of calling to me.
Yep, same for me. She's referring to the Hush Tarot. Let's see, Miss Moonlight. I do like the Tarot Volatile or tie that you gift. You were gifted the Tarot. Oh, Miss Moonlight, that was nice. Such a beautiful deck. Yes, Miss Moonlight gifted me my Witch's Theban alphabet oracle deck, which I love. Thank you too, my dear. Sometimes they may not resonate because you look at the box, but then something you can get your hands on them and use them. It could be different. Sometimes. That must be me again with the sound. Anna Torian just announced on her Instagram page that she's working on a new oracle deck. She doesn't even have a name for it yet, but she's posted the first card. Okay. And she's the one that does the Tarot of the Abyss that is very popular.
You know, this is so weird. I don't even draw. I want to do an oracle deck. And I think I will. I think I will do that at some point in my life. It's like I can see it. It's like, oh, I'm going to do an oracle deck. And I don't even draw. So I don't know if I will do the cards and Heather's doing the artwork. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to do an oracle deck.
That would be fun.
My son can draw. I don't know. It's like I don't draw. I mean, I could, I guess. I don't know how good it would be, but it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do an oracle deck. Shameless plug. I do have flip
for
through
the Terra Volta. That is my sound coming through. And Nancy said, my favorite RWS deck is the 1909 created by Jamie Sawyer. Lovely creation. And woo, Ange says, yes, Allyson, I'm going to publish decks in my future 100%. Do it. You can always hire an artist.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's almost like I don't
Hey, Gerald.
know.
Howdy. AI.
Aw. Yeah, it's like right. It's like I don't know. Is something like that gonna happen or whatever? And then because I thought,
Stay
oh,
tuned.
that's weird. Like when that came to me, like, and I don't know if it was one of my guides telling me or what. And then but then I thought about it. I'm like, do you realize, this is me talking to myself, how many decks there are out there? There's just so many. And it's like, oh, right. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't mean like it's going to be my defining life moment. It could just be something that I do, you know,
be for fun.
And I don't know. It would be Oracle. It wouldn't be Tarot, which is, again, interesting because I'm really not a big Oracle person, although I have been getting more interested in it. But Tarot's what I love. But I think probably it would be Oracle because there's more freedom, and there's also there's some decks that I would like to see that I haven't really. So like we've dabbled around with like doing true crime and all that kind of stuff a little bit. Heather's done way more than I have, that kind of thing. I would like to make something like for that kind of thing. And there are some out there. For one, they're very, very expensive. And they're not even that good. And a lot of them is just like got BS art on them. Sorry, not sorry. You know, like they'll just pick like a photo and just like put a picture and then put some words on it, like you go on. I'm not gonna say where. Anyways, there's just some stuff. I'm not impressed with what's out there. And I'm not saying that's even what it would be, but like that's one thing that I kind of thought about.
We've had discussions about AI. Some of it's you know.
Yeah, I'm not even
talking. Some of it's very good.
Actually,
though.
That would be great. This isn't even AI. This is just, yeah.
I mean, if it's done right and the artist is working with and has, you know, because there are some that just pop out them left and right just to, you know, make them and make money. I have 3 decks that are AI, and there goes another mark on my bingo card for talking about AI decks. But my, you know, like the Artist Decoded, my Ethereal, those were all based on you know, an artist actually incorporating his collage practice, his art with the AI to help people get creative and make their own actual art, whether it's, you know, again, filmmaking, music, physical art, collage, whatever it is. And then the Ethereal was based on Vixen's life on the streets and being an escort and knowing how important shadow work is and creating his decks from that perspective. So for me, I don't mind the AI decks if there is, you know, if there's, you know, a personal investment or intention involved with that. Because there's always going to, I mean, AI is here, but there's also artists are always going to be here. And I know I'm coming off all crinkly again on my volume. I wonder if I should go out and come back in.
I don't hear it.
I can hear it on my end, and I think some people can on.
Okay.
If it's really bad, everybody on the live stream, just let me know. It comes and goes, but there's always going to be a need for art and artists. There's enough room, you know. Oh, there's that beautiful. I was wondering when she's gonna pull out this.
I'm just showing off my raven skull again.
No. But we can't mark it on our bingo boards, people, because Allyson knows the stone, so we can't mark our.
Look at my raven skull; it's so cute. I love it.
See that, Mozzie? Isn't that cute? Yeah.
I absolutely love it. It's so beautiful.
That is. Whoop! I'm just getting a. Excuse me, I'm getting a tail in my face. excuse me, excuse you. Let's see. I want the haptic tarot. That sounds familiar, but there's so many I can't keep track of what they look like. The muse, it's going to be everything that gets misused. AI gets misused for bad. It gets used for good, just like any other divination tool or any other object in our life.
It's Earth. There's bad people. Bad people do bad shit.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. I mean, I hear you and I agree. I'm just saying it's like it's no different than anything else.
And says that's a very cool skull. I agree.
Thank you.
Miss Carol D, instead of cards, I'm going to sell bones. Got some left over from dinner.
I'll tell you guys, I found a dead crow like I guess about 2 weeks ago, and it was laying in these people's front yard.
Poor baby.
And I was really torn about what to do, and when I found it, there wasn't much left to it at all. And so I kept walking by it with my dogs, right? And every time I go by, Lulu'd be all like pulling on the leash. She's wanting to go over and be a dog, right? What's this dead thing, right?
What's this, Mom?
Yeah, because they're always like, oh, some gross, stinky dead thing, right? So I waited and I finally was like, I'm going to get that crow. And so I brought the dogs home, whatever day that was. Those of you who know, I walk my dogs every day, like twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day, whatever. This was on Sunday. I'm going to say it was 2 weeks ago. Anyways, doesn't matter. Allyson brought them in the house, and then I walked back down to the yard. It's probably, I don't know, 6 houses down. I went up to their front yard, or their door to knock on their door, because you can't just take something out of somebody's yard. So like knock, 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 knock. They didn't answer. And I could tell, it sounds so funny, but I could tell, I know, and intuitively everything, there's some recluse that lives there. I heard somebody say something to somebody else, and whatever. The house looks, it's like one of the only houses on the street. It's kind of funny if the dead crow is there. It looks like nobody lives there, right? Like the grass kind of looks like shit, and the blinds are all pulled and whatever. I live in a very pretty neighborhood, and it's just, this house is just kind of like the energy's off. Anyways, I finally just said, oh, you got a dead crow in your front yard, I'm going to take it. I just walked, and I had brought some gloves and a bag and whatever, and because I wanted to let them know. And it was just barely off the sidewalk, but technically it's in their yard. Who wants a dead crow carcass in their front yard anyways? So anyways, I went out there with the bag and I picked it up and I brought it home. And then I went out. There's a creek in front of I live in a very, very small, little tiny apartment complex. Very tiny. There's only like 12 apartments here. And I went out front and I dug a hole by the creek, put the crow inside of it, did a little, the spirit of crow and whatever. And like 4 days later, and I had a feeling somebody went through there and pulled it up. Somebody being like a raccoon or whoever pulled, because I took the crow and I put it in the ground, and the whole thing's connected. I brought its legs up like this, and I brought the wings in like this, the whole neck columns there, the head and everything, and I buried it just like that. And then I come out and like I checked on it several times, and then somebody drug it out of the hole. And then and then they dumped it, and I was like, you know what? And I made a little connection with the crow. I'm like, I'm leaving it right where it is, and please still be there. I don't think anybody's going to mess with it, because whoever pulled it out of the ground didn't do anything with it. I want that crow skeleton, the whole thing, but I want it to do its thing, right? So there's nothing, you know what I mean? And I know there's a way to do it, but it's like, I'm not going to do all that. And I'm certainly not going to do it in my house. So, but eventually I'd love to have the full skeleton.
To be serious, I'm thinking about studying how to paint bones and how to read them. So Allyson, I would have taken that crow.
And all that. It's super cool. What I would like to do, and I don't even know if this is going to happen, what I would like to do is I would like to have the full skeleton once it's fully clean, or I can at least put it in something. And I don't know. I'll check on it tomorrow and see. By now, I don't know. I would love to have it on a board. You know how you pin it on a board and then put it in like a shadow box and just have the whole crow skeleton. I think that would be very cool if I could get it fully cleaned and whatever's left of it. But the whole skeleton was there. And you know, I respectfully would love to just to have it. Crows are one of my animals, and so yeah. So
and Ange said that you can boil it for the skeleton. I come from a hunting family,
exactly, but I'm not going to do that in my house. So
barbecue. Oh my God.
If you don't want to boil it in your house, you can use a barbecue outside. Yes, I was thinking about that because I could, and I do have a grill, and I could put a pot on it and I could boil it outside. And I did consider that. Also, there's a really cool local artist store downtown here. And the girl that, I think she's actually the owner, she's a taxidermist. And I know I could talk, actually my ex-boyfriend from a million years ago is a taxidermist as well. I'm sure there's a way, but I don't want to buy any chemicals or do anything like that. Really what I could do, and I wish I had done it in hindsight, is just did a really big bucket of dirt myself and just put it in the dirt and just leave it there. With, you know, like you can make sure some bugs and that kind of stuff get in there. But anyways, if it's meant to be there, it'll still be there.
And Ramon says, I've done osteomancy. And Miss Carol D, of course you have. What haven't you done?
Right. And what is that?
Osteomancy
is
is
that throwing
reading
bones?
with bones. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never heard the actual name.
I haven't either. So, Ramon,
I've seen people do it. Also, you know, something that I want to do and I just haven't done it because I'm not drawn. I mean, I find it interesting, like especially like with Ramon, he does so many different types of divination and all that, and I think it's all interesting, but I'm not really interested in personally doing any of it other than I would love to and I need to actually do this. Maybe once I actually say it out loud I'll remember. I'd like to start slowly collecting maybe this is an idea for somebody else. Little, small, all about the same, and I got a really great scale. Stones, smooth stones, and make my own rune deck or runes.
Yeah, runes.
And do that because there's it's actually kind of weird that I haven't done it yet. I'm such an earthy girl, and I have thought about it. I don't want to, I have no interest in buying runes. Zero. That just makes me go, ugh. But making my own, that makes me perk up. It's like, yeah, that part.
Yeah, you make your own, it's more powerful.
Exactly. It's like, I don't, how's it different from cards? I don't know. It just is.
I got smooth stones from the beach. Yeah, wherever you find stones. I got a bunch of moonstones when I was younger, in my 20s, but I didn't get them the right size. And when I tried drawing, and I just didn't end up connecting with them, and I gave them back to the earth.
Yeah, I want to do, I don't even know what it is. There's a little grayish, blackish, like not even, like most people would not even pay attention to it, type stone that's all over the place here in Michigan. And that's probably what I'll end up doing.
How about witches' runes? Ramon says you can make Elder Futhark, witches' runes.
Oh yeah, I've looked. There's runes. So many different. I don't know. I need to start collecting the stones. I want them all to be, you know, about the same weight, right? Measured in grams. Yes. And yeah. I need to do that. And I could have a million of them by now. Again, I walk my dogs all the time. And there's stones and rocks freaking everywhere here. I mean, I'm in.
So Melly, what type of stones did you use for your Futhark and your witches' runes? Which ones did you end up choosing? I'd like to know. You may like the Memento Mori Oracle, Mr. O.D. or the they're talking about the anatomy. Okay.
Antique Anatomy. Yeah, that's a beautiful deck, and it used to be on my list of cards that I wanted to get, and then I don't know, it doesn't resonate with me anymore. I don't want it anymore. It's a beautiful deck too. I mean, especially like, and it's weird that I don't, because I love I'm really into plants and all of that. I mean,
I
that's what it
love
is.
that.
It's plants and bones,
And
skeleton
Miss Tarot
bones.
D says, I used to create prayer blankets for cancer patients. And as you crochet, you put in prayers of healing. That's beautiful, Miss Tarot D. I love that. Prayer blankets. So when you wrap around it and you feel it, you can feel that love and that healing energy. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So yep, all talking about, yeah, Ramon really inspires and teaches people how to make their own tools. And let's see. It's nice to buy them occasionally, but it's always nice when you can make your own. My mom has made tiny hats and
Gonna
clothing
grab
for
something.
preemie babies. Okay. So I was wondering if you're going to make it, Ramon, but then I remembered, I was like, oh, you had a show at 8 o'clock. So I hope you had a good moon reading show. Let's see. I have a secret project I'm working on too with my own system. Zip. Yep. I use wood from Jenga pieces and wood coins. Oh, that's very cool. But I also use glass gems to do a tarot set too. Very nice.
I'm going to show Ramon this fabric that I just picked up.
Here, let me put you. Oh, Ramon, check it out. There we go. Look at
down.
I got you on the bigger. Oh, wow. So for all you skeleton people and bones.
And it's satin, which is not a fabric that I like to work with, but it was so pretty. I just had to.
That's gorgeous.
I was like, okay.
And he's like, oh my God, love it.
Isn't it pretty, Ramon? I just saw it. I
Where
had to
you
have
got
it.
that?
And I got it from Joann's. They have it right now. If you have a Joann's near you, and I've never seen this. And again, I don't usually look at anything but the calicos because I'm a quilter. But I saw it and I was like, oh my God. And I went and I got I had to get some. I got
Ange loves it too. I love any fabric. I love anything to do with the human anatomy. Yeah.
I got a big piece of this.
Oh, and I like that one. Look at that. Oops.
And I got some of this.
Oh my.
And I got.
Oh, he goes, yes, I do. Heading there tomorrow. So he's going to his Joann's.
I got some of this. It's got little crescent moons and stars and smoke.
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
I don't know how well you can see it on here, Ramon, honey. It's kind of like it's kind of like a beige background, like a creamy beige, and it kind of varies a little bit, just so it'll jump out at you at the store. And right now, if you go, all their Halloween stuff, their Halloween fabrics through shoot. I don't know what day. Oh, they're 40 or 50% off. So if you're gonna go, and if you're like me, I don't know if you are or not, and you want the sale price, get in there by the weekend, because they only do it temporarily or whatever. I probably would have gotten it anyway, but because it was on sale, I got more than I would have. Oh, and then there's this one too with the bats and the moons.
Ooh, nice.
Wait, there we go.
Yeah, because we all know Allyson's baddie. She goes
yeah,
baddie for bats.
I like all the
and spiders.
And then I got a big piece of this.
Okay, we got to put you on the big screen.
Yeah, this is kind of cutesy. This is just for fun.
Oh, it's like the old-fashioned vintage style.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yep. I got a project that I'm going to do with that. And then I got this. I probably shouldn't even show this, but I'm going to show it. I got this.
Oh, Black Kitty. Oh,
Because
more like my
somebody I
Ziva.
know likes black cats.
Oh, really?
And this is on indigo blue. So I had to get
Really? What a
a piece of
coinky
this. I'll just leave it at that. I said, oh, I got to get some of that. And yeah, and there's a bunch more, but I'll stop there. The other ones I didn't get this year, but I have a lot of Halloween fabric. I can't help myself. I really, really love it.
And there's the link for the fabric. Ange said earlier she is a link whore. So whenever she can get a link,
that's awesome.
Chat. I wish I could sew. Gerald, come over and teach me. Oh, there you go. Or Allyson could come and teach you. She knows how to sew. Miss Moonlight says, "Do you make bags, Allyson?" Why, Miss Moonlight? You ask. See this
typically,
here?
Oh yeah.
Allyson made
I've made a lot of things. I mean, I'm mostly a quilter. I mean, I've done little projects,
the stitch work
and done little things. I had a mother-in-law that was amazing. She taught me how to make.
I mean, look at that. It's seamless. It's perfect. Even I couldn't even sew a half shirt in high school for my economics class. So.
Now, the part of the thing about sewing though is, not to take away from that, but like the kind of fabric that you're sewing on can be a pain in the ass.
Like the gauze.
Like anything knit, like you're probably talking about like something that's like a blend. It's sewing on straight cotton is a lot easier. Sewing garments and clothing is kind of a pain in the ass. Quilting is hard too, but it depends on the pattern and what you're doing. And I'm talking about true quilting. Like what Gerald does, that's art. That's something very, very different. But technically it does fall under the title of quilting. But I mean like traditional quilting. But like bags and drawstring bags and that kind of stuff, it's really not. It's pretty straightforward. You just have to know how to do it. It's not.
Ooh. Shelby's going to make a skirt out of some clearance fabric, 70% off. Can't pass up a good deal.
I will show you what I got though. Well, actually, no, I won't. I'm not going to bother going.
I just tried to crochet a tarot bag and it was not fun. I used to crochet. I never tried that.
Crochet is, I don't think crochet is really that difficult, but yes, the patterns can be depending on what you're doing. And I'm not a big crochet person, but I have done crochet. I do know how to, and I'm talking about just straightforward basic stitch crochet. Knitting, however, knitting is, and your brain's got to work a certain way to knit. Also, if you're left-handed, most people are right-handed, and so I just had a hell of a time with the knitting. I will revisit that. One of the things that was actually required, and one of the things that my son learned getting a Waldorf education, is that every year they do a knitting project, and it gets more and more advanced every year. So knitting is actually very cool. My niece is an amazing knitter. I mean, like, I've never seen more beautiful work ever. It's amazing. So, but that's Shelby, how it is. Some people are really, 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 really good at what they do,
Shelby does cosplay, and she does her own costumes and things, and
that's cool.
Oh, very cool. It is expensive. I have a friend who does that, and what she spends sometimes, not as much as she used to because she has a kid, but yeah. Used to make Barbie clothes. Oh my God, that's so cool.
Girl,
I still got my Barbies.
Oh my God. So there's people that do, okay, here's just an example of totally being new at something, right? When I was pregnant with my son, I was obviously, well, maybe not obviously, I was married. And my mother-in-law at the time is still a major seamstress. She has been forever. She made my wedding gown. Okay, that's like for real. So,
and I've seen it. It's
a gorgeous. Wedding gown is like you're not playing around. Like, you really know your shit. If you can do my sleeves were so sheer and everything laid. It was just perfect. I mean, that's like an actual, like, for real seamstress. Anyhow, I was pregnant with my son, and we'd already been married, I don't know, almost 3 years, whatever. And I saw a quilt in a magazine that I really, really liked. It was actually a wall hanging. It was a quilt, but it was a wall hanging. Well, the smaller the pattern and the smaller the item, the harder it is, right? But I didn't know that, because I didn't know friggin' anything about quilting at that point. And anyways, I told her I wanted to make it. She's like, oh, we'll make it, Now, she'd never done quilting, but, she was like a for real seamstress. I mean, she made so many different things. She made chair covers with piping and all kinds of crazy shit. She made whatever. So we did the quilt project, and we both did it. And she walked me through it as she was learning too, but I mean, her skills were so advanced. It was no big deal. It was just kind of like just doing a different.
You did a beautiful job.
Avenue,
I've seen
right?
the pictures. Gorgeous.
So, but anyways, so we learned how to do that together, and then it branched off from there. And I made several while I was pregnant for my son, all little, like, crib size, which is like 36 by 45 inches. And then made many, 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 many more since then. I've probably done, I don't even know how many. Usually lap size, meaning, which is 50 square. Couple that were bigger than that. Twin size is the largest I've done. My machine is not big enough to do anything bigger than that, because you have to roll up all of that bulk to get in there to quilt the center part once you've sandwiched it all together. And you can't do anything bigger than that with a standard machine. You got to have a long arm machine for like a bed size quilt, like a queen or a king or anything like that. Which I honestly don't have any interest in making anything that big anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I really don't. It's just too big. It's like, no.
Shelby hopes to make her own wedding dress one day. She has the design in her head. I just got to get it down on paper and wanted to do very beautiful artwork of it. So
that is an amazing project. And I still have that's one thing I did keep. I almost got rid of it so many times, but I do have my wedding.
Okay.
I did keep it.
So she must be a designer, sewer, because they were talking about the cosplay and the sewing and everything. And Angie's mom actually used to make wedding gowns.
Wow.
Very consuming. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. So that's a skill. That's an art right then in itself.
It is. It's my ex in California, not my ex-husband, my ex-partner after my marriage. We were together for many, many years. His sister makes wedding gowns. And it's a labor of love for sure. You can charge a lot of money for a handmade gown. A lot.
Because they go for thousands.
It's amazing the money that people will pay. But a lot goes into that. A lot. So it's going to cost.
And you can also turn around and use it for a Halloween costume at some point.
A wedding gown?
Yeah, people have gone and been like the bride of the dead or something, and I've seen people, they'll turn in their wedding gowns, and you'll see people buying them or at thrift stores, and then they do I think my one cousin did the 1 year. No, she was Carrie. Somebody I knew did that, and it looked really cool, but it's been so many years. But yeah, let's see. They're talking about that woman. Okay, or Yaya. I don't know who she is, but let's see. We're at 10:41, just to let you know. I don't want to go into too much info on my wedding dress, but it's inspired by Kate dress from the royal wedding. Okay, and I want to. Okay, so your Kate inspired you. Okay, Kate Middleton's dress. Okay. All righty. I don't know who Rogue is. Every time you put your hair down, you turn into. I don't know who Rogue is. I don't know. She's probably a lot more fit than I am. Princess Kate, yeah. So,
I should get my dress out sometime and just I haven't taken it out of the box in forever. I'm sure.
Oh, so you kept it.
Yeah, I said
Oh, yeah,
that.
because well, Mom
Oh.
made it for you. Duh, Heather. Yeah. I know some
No,
people
well, that
after.
doesn't mean I would have kept it, but no, I don't know. You were probably reading something. I just said a minute ago that I did
I'm
keep it.
sorry.
I
So I was
still
looking at
okay.
the chat.
I did keep it. I do still have it. It should fit. I'm sure it does. I don't know. It would be fun to just try it on for the heck of it.
Probably could still fit in it.
Oh yeah, I
mean, I stuff I can't even fit in.
Yeah, it should. I mean, I might be a little. Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay, just making sure I didn't miss. I had still some stuff starred. You use my wedding dress as a Halloween costume, and you'll literally be a dead man. Bump, bump. Little joke. Google Rogue. Okay, let's see. Miss Tarot D. I love my wedding outfit, and I must say that I look gorgeous in it. Yes, you did. I know. I think I remember the picture.
Everybody should feel gorgeous on their wedding day.
Yeah, most definitely. I'll never experience that.
I had a beautiful wedding. It's a very good memory. It was a beautiful day. The weather was perfect. We got married on the beach.
Nice. Oh yeah, I remember the pictures. Yeah, next month it'll be Shannon and I starting our 24th year together. So, yeah, hard to believe. Oh. But he was married once, and that was it for him. And he says, "No," he goes, "I'm just happy, just to keep things the way they are." And I'm like, "All right." But every now and then I'll look through wedding dresses and stuff, and sometimes wonder, what it would be like. But weddings are so expensive and stuff nowadays, even for the smallest thing.
Not to whatever, I have to say this because of what you just said. Our wedding was very inexpensive. We didn't do the whole ridiculous. Our reception was at his parents' house. They have a beautiful home, or they've moved since, in Florida, with a pool and a patio area and everything. And we had it out there.
Wow.
We did rent chairs for the beach, and I made the archway and all of that. And, it wasn't expensive, and we had the food and whatever, but even that was, no, it doesn't have to be crazy. People decide to make it crazy. It doesn't have to be.
And Miss Tarot D said their wedding was the first gay wedding in the Bronx.
Aww.
Oh. And Miss Tarot D, you mean the mafia forced guests to go to your wedding? Okay, you
Wait, Miss
missed
Tarot
it.
D, do you mean the mafia forced guests to go to your wedding?
Because Miss Tarot D said, hold on a second. She said that we had 250 guests and the venue was owned by the mafia.
Oh, geez. I think we had 30 people at our wedding.
Yeah, and Melly, he doesn't want to do that either, because we got to be careful, because in some states, hand fasting is considered legal. And technically, if we were to get married, I would lose certain benefits and stuff. So it's just going to be, well, we'll be together for, till death do us part, So it would be nice someday to have a little ceremony of some kind. It is so expensive, but of what girl, your word salad a little bit here. You're typing fast. We get married in the ice caverns in Iceland. Oh wow, that would be cool. Ramon is jealous because we didn't invite him. Oh my goodness. Oh, where's Tom? Tom could be like, dipping into this, and where are you, dude? You're not early ritual tonight. You never showed ritual. Never showed up ritual. I wasn't born yet, Miss Tarot D. Well, let you queens get at it. Oh God, it's warm. I gotta put my hair back up. So, oh my God, look at Goldie. Well, yeah, Goldie and Kurt Russell. Yeah, they've been together 40 years or so, and they never got married, and they said they're fine with it. So, yep.
Honestly, I think this is just my opinion, and I got nothing wrong with getting married. I would be with the right person, I'd probably be open to doing it again, but it would have to be very, I'm not, all I'm saying is I'm not opposed to it. But personally, I think probably within the next 20 years or so, far less people will be getting married. I just think it's,
they're already saying that. Mm-hmm.
And why do I feel that way? It doesn't mean that I'm right. I just feel like, first of all, I don't think there's going to be any, I really don't think there'll be any, legal benefits to doing it any longer, like any of the breaks and the this and the that's and that kind of thing. I think that's going to get phased out. I don't know why. I could be wrong. I just feel like that. And also, the whole reason marriage really even started with the whole, actually, how do I, no, that's not the way I want to word that. Like back in the day, women got married to, solidify and have, a situation that's going to take care of them and this and that and whatever. And the woman provides the children and this and that, blah, blah, blah. None of that stuff matters anymore. None of it.
Yeah.
And so, or the way that it's looked at and all of that and all the religious stuff and this, it's so different. And the world is changing. A lot of women, well, it depends on where you live. I shouldn't say, I think this will become more of a thing where the women, even when they do get married, they don't change their name. There's that too. Like, if you really think about like all of that, the whole changing of your identity and all that, it's really weird. You really think about it. And like the whole, like your kids get the dad's name, but not the mom's. And in some cultures you get both. There's some, I don't know if it's cultures or if it's, I just know that there are people that do that. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be some phasing out. I just don't think it'd be more like of a romanticism to go ahead and get married. It won't be the norm anymore. I really think it's good. It's already kind of heading that way. So many people just get together and have kids even, or don't have kids, and they just stay together. It's just becoming slowly, but.
And it used to be to,
I don't know if
to
I'm
forge
making
alliances.
I just think it's
perfectly
not
true.
going to be as, and I lived in California for years and years and years and years. And the area where I lived, and most of California is wealthy, but the area where I lived was very wealthy. And I was amongst that. So many, it was like one or the other. Like they were either married and, and then the kids did get both parents' names. That's kind of more of a common thing in certain areas. And that's not even it was just a local thing that happened. And then, but then you also had a lot of families where they were just together and didn't get married, and having their children late, women having their children later, like career first, children later. I think that's going to become more common too, or maybe more. I don't know. I just feel like the whole marriage thing.
I know the red states are really pushing to go back to the 1950s for women and not having their birth control and not having, having to have the marriages and this and that. And it's just like, it's not going to really happen. It'll still happen here and there, but there's just too many young people, coming to realize, really what the world is about, what it's like. And they're going to be making a lot of different decisions. And we see this. And sometimes in shows, that we watch on YouTube, because we don't have regular cable. So we'll watch YouTube, and they talk about there is a growing number of young people that are, not getting married. They just, common law or, or people.
And I'm down for that. And I'm going to say something that's probably a little controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway. Me personally, and don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with other people doing it, and it's none of my damn business. But like me, I would never have a child unless I was married. I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. And it's for the child. Now, that doesn't mean that kids can't be in families. I know plenty of kids that their parents are not married and the parents stayed together and or they parent together well and they're no longer together. But I'm just talking about me. Like my son, I never even would have had my son if I wasn't married. And that's just me. And I have lots of friends that have kids and they never got married and blah, 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 blah. And that's all great and fine. And I don't even have an opinion about that. I'm just talking about for me. And like it was important for me to have my son have, even though we didn't stay together, but we were together, until he was, well through, at least partway through school. But just initially, and he has his dad's name and all of that, but kind of, sort of, I wish that he had my name too. It's just weird to me that we don't do that. It's just, when you really think about it, it's like, why do you only get the dad's name? It's just, I'm the mother. I'm the mother. I birthed him. I carried him. I labored him for almost 16 hours. It's like, he should have my name. It's like, hello. When the shit hits the fan, who does he call? Me.
And anyway. It's just unfortunate because it's
comes back to religion,
patriarchal,
male control. Yeah, it's just it's what I'm saying. All of that stuff is going to change.
I know there was the one guy. I'm not even going to go there. I can't remember his name, and I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was just so 1950s. Woman stays at home, has the kids, and that's how it should be. She don't need an education. And I'm just like, what? It's something like that. It was at some football player or somebody said something. I'm just like, nah, no, we don't need any. It's just that train of thought's never going to go away.
What you have to say, but the reality is, there's a lot of people that do that and want it that way. They like it that way.
Oh,
I stayed home and didn't work for years. When I was pregnant and the first, I guess, 5 years of his life, I didn't work. Nope, I didn't. It's the only time I've ever not held down a job. And then once he was old enough and was back in school, it's because I can't just sit home and do nothing.
And Mr. O'D said that in Puerto Rico, the kids get both the names, the mother and
yes,
the father.
Thank you. Yes. Yep.
Hispanic cultures use
yes,
both.
Hispanic culture. Thank you. Yep. And I almost, but I wasn't sure. Yeah. Yep. I almost said, but I didn't want to screw it up. So yes. Yep. And you do the hyphen, right?
I think so.
Is it hyphen or no? Isn't it this Tarot D? Isn't it the mother's last name is the child's middle name, and then the last name is the father's name? I think.
All Hispanic cultures, including.
Or no, you have 4 names. I think it's. Yeah, I don't know. One of them can clarify that.
Ramon says no hyphen.
No hyphen. But is it middle name, last name, or is it first name, middle name, and then double last name? I think it might be double last name.
And sometimes you add in the confirmation name if they're Catholic. Hey, Clarence, how are you doing tonight? It's been a while. How are you? Hope you are doing well.
Hi, Clarence.
Just lurking? That's fine. We're just chilling and talking. It's all good. Let's see. When I divorced, my ex said I could keep his name. I said, you don't have to say a say in this. I'm keeping it, and I don't need your permission.
So when my ex-husband and I got divorced, I was living in the state of California. And at that time, probably still the case today, at that time, and we were married for 10 years. At that time, when you got a divorce, you could go back to your previous name, which would have been my maiden name, as just part of the whole process of the divorce without any extra fee incurred. But if I had wanted to change my name to something else, there would have been a cost involved, and it was like $350 or something like that. I did choose to keep my married name, although I contemplated going back to my maiden name. But because we had been married so long, not that it's forever, and I had a child, I decided to keep it.
And Ramon said it's the paternal surname of both the father and mother.
Okay.
So it would be Moon Ms. D. Scarab. Is that correct? Oh, Miss Tarot D, you're funny.
Thank you, Ramon.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. And I think I did know that. I just forgot that. And I'm thinking of somebody that I used to know and what her name was. And that makes sense.
See, I've been my name my whole life. Even if Shannon and I were to get married at some point, I would probably still request to keep my maiden name. I don't feel like I can't be anything other than Heather Marie Johnson. It's just,
I hated my maiden name.
Oh, really?
I was glad to take my then husband's name. Yeah, I was glad. The only thing I didn't like about it is it's 10 letters long. So it's a long last name. But
baby would be Baby Scarab Tarot D. Oh my God. Oh God, you two are funny. Oh boy. I don't know about y'all. I'm starting to wind
yeah,
down.
I'm good. I'm gonna take my dogs on a little moonlight walk.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I've actually been up since 7 a.m. I don't know what I was doing up at 7 a.m., but I was awake. He was in bed. I'm like, ooh, quiet time. So Heather got out her crafting supplies, started going through her pictures and cutting and doing this and listening to music. And between people still being asleep here, not making so much noise yet, and and being relatively quiet in the building, I just soak up that time when it's.
Oh yeah.
Because it doesn't last for very long. So
I've been up since 5 as always. So I don't even sleep in on the weekends, you guys. My dog gets me up at the same time no matter what. Once in a while after I feed them and take them out potty, I might get back into bed and possibly fall back asleep if I'm home and I'm not over at Anthony's. But generally I'm up. I get up at the same time no matter what. Because my dogs don't know it's the weekend.
My maiden name is Lithuanian and no one could pronounce it. Wow. Okay. Good night, Shelby. Thank you for hanging out with us and thank you for letting us read for you. Are we going to get a shot of Scout? I think you promised Miss Tarot.
Oh yeah, I'll go grab him.
I want to see Scout too. So there we go. We'll end on Scout. People seen already seen Mozzie a couple times. So thank you everybody for joining us. And Ramon, when are we going to do something, bro? I miss reading with you. Miss Tarot D. Yeah. Yep. I love seeing Scout. Lulu is a sweetheart too. I get videos sometimes when Allyson's walking the dogs, and she's such a sweetheart. She really is. I adore her. I love you. I love you, Heather and Allyson, but Scout is my love. Aw, that's okay. I understand.
He was asleep. He just growled at me.
Oh, let's put him on the big screen. Puppy cam. Hi, Scout.
He looks tired too. That's hilarious.
He's like,
what's happening? What's going on?
Miss Tarot D, such a cute baby. And Miss Tarot D says, I love you, Heather and Allyson, but Scout is my true love.
Isn't he cute?
Hi, Scout. He's like, Mom. Hi, Scout. Hey, boy. I can't whistle. Hi, Scout.
He's so cute.
And I told everybody that Lulu's a sweetheart too. I
love that Miss Tarot D loves him.
Yes.
So yeah, Lulu's cute too. Lulu's not getting up to come in here. She's like, no. She burrows. He doesn't
look any happy either.
I'm curious if Miss Tarot D's Chihuahua does the same thing. Lulu burrows a lot.
Oh my God.
You can't sit on any blankets over here.
Same thing when we had Lilu. She would.
If there's a blanket on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any blanket on the couch or on the chair. Because I've got all these little tiny Afghans that are just hers. So if there's an Afghan she's probably under it. So, and she's so cute. If there's a blanket, she does it all with her nose. She will unfold it and get it all and twist it all up into like a little nest. Yeah, and she gets in there, and it's hilarious. So I throw a new one on the couch like every week or so. She gets a fresh one, and
Sonny has his own blanket, and he will only crawl into mine if I invite him.
Aw, yeah. Lulu's got she's got probably.
Her mom's like, oh my God, so cute. Yeah, my Lulu must have been a Whippet Chihuahua mix, because that's what she would do. She would get her nose, flow up the blanket, and then crawl under. And sometimes we wouldn't realize she was under there. We get into bed or lay down, and you hear her go, and she would jump up, and we're like, well, we're sorry, get right in there, and
it's funny because Lulu is, she's about 9 pounds, 9.5 pounds. And so, and her weight is perfect. So she's a little, she's probably mixed with something, but she really looks like she's straight Chihuahua. But because she's 9 pounds, and again, her weight is exactly where it needs to be. I don't know what she's mixed with. She looks just like a straight Chihuahua. But anyways, my whole point is she's so little that even if the blanket is all, often it looks like nothing's there, but she's there, and I just know where she is because I just know. But yeah, she's almost been sat on a couple times by my son, like almost. Anthony almost sat on her a couple times. Thank God it's never happened. But she,
Nancy has a small one. Her name is Lily Grace, and Nancy and I were talking backstage yesterday, or we were having a video chat, and she goes, oh, look who's here. And she just like nuzzles right under Nancy's chin, and she was just so beautiful. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. I had a little dog, a chalupa dog, loved him. He was sickly and had to give him to family who could take care of him. Miss him a lot. Well, he's with a good family, and if they're taking good care of him, then everything all worked out. And I'm sure he appreciated that you gave him to a loving home to be able to take care of him. That's very sweet, Clarence. So 11 o'clock. Do you have anything coming up, Allyson? Any like videos that you're going to do? Or okay,
I will at some point. I don't know. No.
Yeah,
I'm just not. I'm just not. I mean, I'm sure I will again, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling it lately.
If I had a house and a yard, I would be a Chihuahua rescuer. Yeah. I'm having days like that too, where I'm just like, I could easily see me with 12 doggies.
There's rescue in my future too, Ms. Tarot D. Probably once I've retired and all of that. So probably a good, I don't know, 15 years from now, something like that.
So speaking of Nancy, well, actually tomorrow Karen and I are doing our Libra. Hey, what's your sign? We're moving into Libra. So she'll be sharing what she's learning in her astrology class about the sign of Libra. And then Karen's joining Nancy and I on Sunday for junk journal crafting. So we'll be sitting around.
You're doing that again?
Oh, it's a popular show. Yeah, everybody loves it. So Nancy and I are
getting... No, I'm saying you're doing the same subject, junk journaling?
Well, for right now, we're going to be showing what we're making. And then when somebody wants to come onto our channel, we can look at another craft. Like Jackie's Crystal Moon is going to join us one day for, I think, an intention journal, or there was something else. I know Rain used to love doing paper mache. I don't know if she's going to bring that to the show or not, but it's just everyone's all excited. They're like, oh, we're getting our crafting supplies, and so we just love that everyone's inspired. We're waiting to find out what type of craft you want to do, and Allyson will be joining us on a Sunday.
I will. There's oh my God, you guys, there's so many different crafting things. It's and I'm sure Ramon could have some good ideas, Mr. Crafty McCrafterson.
Crafty McCrafterson. Yeah, with the way he makes everything. Yes.
My ex used to call me Miss Crafty.
That's right. Ramon, if you're still watching, reach out to me. Let me know what Sunday would work, because Nancy and I also want to do like a show where we can create our own like oracle cards. I've got some that I've been playing with Sharpies and things, and he can show us what he's created. Because I know Ramon, you have, and Ramon will join someday. As Ramon says. And so that would be fun. Maybe create an oracle deck, and you can show what he's done, and we can show what we've done. So, yeah, a lot of crafty, readers. And then Monday, I'm really excited about Monday. I'm excited about all my shows, but on Monday, for anybody who doesn't know her, Amy, the Mystic Rose Tarot. She's coming onto my channel for the first time to join Nancy and I for the Divine Feminine. And okay, Ramon. And we're going to be discussing Mabon, because Sunday, Monday, equinox, celebration of the Mabon season. And hopefully her cat Spirit will make a little guest appearance, because she is a beautiful fur baby too. And Amy doesn't do too many lives or do too many collaborations, so it's a real honor that she's willing to come and join Nancy and I on Monday. So I'm very excited to have her joining us. And so yeah, and then of course Tarot Tuesday Talks, TTT, with Jackie's Crystal Moon and Spiritual Rain. And then I'll have my Friday show again with Allyson and Amanda. And I know Amanda just went live a few minutes ago. So everyone can pop over there and say hi.
And I wanted to show these again really quick. Yes. I don't know if Ramon left or not, but
oh, Ramon, you missed out on these. These are beautiful.
This is an oracle deck, and this is the tarot deck. They're both by Silvana Alacia. I got them and I absolutely love them. So I don't know why I'm pointing this out and saying Ramon, but I feel prompted.
I have them. Love them.
So I have them. Okay, great. Do you absolutely love this? Because I do. I'm still learning it. I'm just curious what you think. This is a no-brainer. It's like, yeah, no-brainer. But this is so, so cool. I'm absolutely loving learning it and using it. And it really talks to me, and it's very powerful. The pulls, loving it. So
I actually want to do a show on them. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that second. I mean, the other one was pretty. I like, the shiny gold, but when you pulled out the other one with the actual papyrus and the actual colors it just sang to me. I love that. Amazing you brought it up, he said. Very cool.
I just got an Eye of Horus tattoo. I don't know if you missed that or not.
I don't think he was here, but yeah, Allyson got an Eye of Horus tattoo and an Ankh. So that was very cool. On her foot. So, all righty, everybody. Thank you for joining Allyson and I. 10:10 here. Well, it's 11:10 here, but cool numbers. And I'm going to grab a little nibble of something, and then probably start heading to bed. Everybody, thank you for joining Allyson and I. We got to do some reads, which we haven't done in a while. And that was fun. And we got to talk about some fun stuff. And Miss Tarot D, and of course, and Ramon. I don't know where, well, we could actually call him now. Never showed up ritual. So, Tom, hope you're feeling better. Hope you're doing okay. So, everybody, thank you again. And we will see you on our next show. Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.